Welcome to an all new episode of Unhealthy and Unstable, episode 37, I believe it is. Um, wait, hold on. Okay, there we go.
Hey, he's here.
Yes.
All black,
Watching the game.
Just on time.
all black for Black History Month. We appreciate it, Joel. You did it out of love. It's okay. You don't have to say it. I'll say it for you. Welcome to another episode. There's quite a few things to talk about. We had new episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We had Invincible, which, by the way, what Marvel's doing with Spider-Man is kind of how I want them to approach all their shows going forward. 3-2, 3-3. Like, do it like that. I like that a lot. It was a pleasant surprise. I thought it was going to be one episode today when it was just like, do you want the next one? I'm like, oh, well, yes. Yes, I would. I would.
I thank you.
I was shocked. Then after that, when they were like, would you like another one? I'm like, oh, well, I mean, yeah. Keep them coming.
Yeah. It's 2-3-3-2.
Yeah, that's the A. Do it like the playoffs. Keep dropping them like that. All right, welcome back, guys. We got a loaded panel for you guys today, starting off with Joel. What's up, Joel?
What up? Let's go.
And Trevon. What's up, Trevon?
What's up, everybody?
And AJ.
What up? Got my teeth pulled and I'm ready to talk a lot.
All right.
Got your what?
Teeth
Got
pulled.
my
Wow,
All of them? No, I'm playing.
that sounds painful.
Crazy. The fact that you even want to talk is amazing.
Absolutely.
It's like
I
2
thought
days
you'd
ago.
be
I'm ready
asleep.
to talk. I'm good.
Oh, why you? I want to fight you so bad.
It still hurts a little bit.
Well, yeah, of course. I thought you just got it. I was going to say, you're a brave
Oh, no.
man. I'd be asleep right now.
He's so young. He's losing
I'd be
his
sleep
teeth now.
drooling. I'd be sleep drooling a mountain right now.
Oh, I was. Trust me.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jamie will be here in a little bit. When Jamie gets here, we'll start talking state of play. State of play was today. Yeah, state of play was like the Super Bowl for me. Very underwhelming. But a few things that were
At least I
decent.
watched the state of play.
A few things that were decent, but very underwhelming, especially for a company that, completely ruined my Friday night last weekend.
Ah,
So,
Jesus Christ.
just
You'll
saying,
get over it. You'll get over it.
maybe something else would have been nice from them, like Wolverine. But anyway, let's talk some stuff. I want to start off with this because this kind of was on my heart the most. Obviously, you guys know when new movies, big new movies come out, the press, gets it a few days before. They start releasing their thoughts. I've seen a lot of people's thoughts for Captain America. It's pretty good. I've seen a lot of people saying shockingly surprised. I don't even know how to take that. Like, what were your expectations that you were?
What does that mean? What does that
Yeah,
mean?
that you were shockingly surprised.
Mhm.
I think a lot of unfair criticism has gone towards this movie. I think people act as if reshoots is something that this movie invented, and nobody else in the history of movies has ever done it. Because that's really the only thing I could think of, right? Because we didn't hear anything else bad about this movie. Is outside of they maybe did more reshoots than we normally are used to Marvel doing. Even taking out, Joel. Me and Joel know who this person is, but listen to Seth Rollins. Apparently, took out everything regarding what he filmed in that movie, and we thought it was significant what he was going to be doing in that movie. But again, I don't look at this the way that I looked at Falcon and the Winter Soldier when that was going through what it was going through, obviously because of COVID. Because that final product was just a disaster, but that was mainly because there's really nothing else they could do, right? Your main plot line was a pandemic in the height of a real pandemic. It's not really much you could do there. So yeah, obviously Rotten Tomatoes doing their thing. Joel, I was saying before the show started that we as like a community maybe need to stop allowing people to utilize Rotten Tomatoes because I think sometimes they sway it. I really truly do. Those movies that they want to like, they love it. The movies that they don't, they kind of give it an average score.
That's the problem. It's an aggregate, so it's like it's whatever it gets, it gets. It's not like they can technically sway it themselves, you know. So I get it though, because a bad score makes it look bad.
Right.
So less people want to see it. But at the end of the day, we've seen low scoring movies make money. At the end of the day, word of mouth, it's what the people say. So if it has a high audience score, it'll probably do well. Which in reverse, again, just because it's not doing as good as like right now, it's in 50s, right? 52.
Yeah,
last time I saw it was like 50.
Yeah, 50, 52, yeah.
Yeah, so somewhere in the middle. You want it to be fresh, it has to be 60.
Right.
So right now it's split, literally. Like maybe a little more positive, just barely. But and that's what I've seen, mostly positive. The reviews I've seen have been mostly positive, but they're all like, it's not great, but it's good. And it's better than I expected is a lot of what I've seen, like you were saying.
Right. I've had people reach out that saw it yesterday, reach out to me. I've heard a lot of, I've heard it's been drastic. So let me just say that I've heard as good as Winter Soldier. Wow. And then I've heard decent. And I'm like, that's a wide
jump.
That's a wide berth.
Now, the people that said that, are they people that watch everything in the MCU? Or
wait, which one? The people that said it was decent?
Yeah. What are they?
The people that said they were decent, both of them are people that have followed the MCU through its entirety. I think people that think it's decent. I didn't ask them because I don't want any more conversation about the movie until I see the movie. Yeah. But the question I would have asked them is, did you because I don't go into movies with expectations, right? I just very much go in like, okay, well, let me not say that. I don't go in with high expectations, because if you show me something, I'm going to want to see it. And then if it's not there, I'm upset. Like Bloodsport. I went into that going, all right, this character needs to look like something. I sat down in that movie and I was just like, well, I mean,
that was a movie.
I still to this day believe that movie started COVID. Yeah. So for me, it's just I think if you say things like it's decent, I'm just very curious what didn't strike you. Were you interested in what they were doing with Sam heading into like what?
I feel like people that say that a movie is decent really don't know what their thoughts are on that movie. That's what I think, really.
Or AJ, could it be maybe people should stop giving direct thoughts right after seeing something? Maybe they should sit with it?
Yeah, I feel like this instant like want to give out your thoughts without actually thinking about it at first. It's just very it's really bad because we don't have time to think. We just say, we don't have time to process anything, and it's just bad takes after bad. I shouldn't say bad takes. It's of course it's your opinion and all that, but
hold on.
Sometimes you always have like a second.
If they're allowed to have their opinion, we're allowed to have our opinion and say it's a bad fucking take.
For sure.
So, I just want to be us.
My opinion, your opinion sucks.
I feel like this is why so many people have like a change of thought after they watch it a second time or a third time. It's because they don't really have time to process that movie, and it's
right.
It's really annoying to see this because it's like, oh, it's decent, it's okay, it's good. It's like, if you don't know what to think, just don't say anything at this point. It's like, ugh.
Ditch says, as someone who says movies are decent, it could be that it was okay, but nothing memorable or worth expanding upon.
That is true.
That's fair too.
Yeah, I mean, I think Didge. I think for me, I would like to talk to you. Yeah, I mean, I think going forward, I would like to talk to you about movies you think are decent. Just to get your take on that specific movie, see what it was or what it wasn't that stood out to you. Because wait, was it Didge? I don't want to put words in Didge's mouth, but was it Didge that wasn't that blown away by Deadpool and Wolverine?
I don't know. Mike.
I think was it Mike or Didge?
I know Mike for sure. I don't know about. I don't remember.
Didge.
Didge will let us
sure.
know.
Yeah, he will. Yeah. So for me, I think where I'm at in life, I'm less judgmental about your opinion, and I'm more curious as to how you came to your opinion. And I say that because I have two sisters that learn things from the internet. So they'll just repeat things that are said, and it's not their own thought. So I'm just mainly curious when people say things nowadays, is this what you think? Or is this what someone that you follow said that
I wouldn't even just blame
think?
that on just the internet though, because you can say the same thing about books. People would just regurgitate everything that's said in the books and don't really give out their opinions or anything. They'll just copy what's said in the books. So it's not just the internet. It's everywhere. It's just
yeah, I get it.
I don't think you have as many free thinkers, and I'm not saying because you dislike something I like, you're not a free thinker.
Yeah.
I just think we're in a time where you just popularity rules, right? So for a lot of people, if their favorite blogger or YouTuber or streamer says, hey, this shit was ass, they tend to lean more towards it being ass, but that's not really how they feel. It's just, they kind of just bought into what someone else said, I've heard people say an album was ass, and I'm like, well, what song didn't vibe with you? They're like, well, I didn't really hear the whole album. I'm like, I'm confused. how
I ain't gonna lie, I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be doing the same thing just to troll, but
I mean, look, if you're just trying to be a troll, I'd much rather you say, hey, I'm just trolling, so I can dismiss it. But when it sounds like you're dead ass, I'm just like, bro, if you didn't listen to the whole album, how you know you don't like it? Well, the first song didn't catch me. It's an album of 12 songs. You let the first one sway you? All right. Okay, cool. Hey, man. You kind of get to the point where you're like, I'm not gonna argue with a brick wall. I'm just not. But
they also might not be a fan of said artist too, though. So that could be.
Then the question would beg, why
are you listening to the album?
I kind of feel like you go into it already saying I don't like the artist. So it's
but that's the same with.
If you're open minded, then that's cool. But
that's the same with movies, though. People just go into movies even though they know they're not going to like it or already have this
might not like
expectations of the movie.
Yes, that's my point, Didge. If the album has 12 to 15 tracks and you're 7 to 8 deep, yeah, by all means, yes, you can say an album is ass. You
I feel
do it song one.
I might have to disagree on that with a little bit because 7 or 8 tracks, that's a lot of investment time into said music.
Mm-hmm.
I could be doing other things. So I would say 3, maybe 3 or 4, but that's just me.
I don't know, because I kind of feel like that's like giving a movie. That's like if a movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes, and you give it an hour and say, "Yeah, this movie's ass." The movie has more time to get better.
I base my process on TV shows. So if I get 3 episodes in, especially if they're an hour long or 45 minutes long, I'm not gonna waste my time on 4 more episodes.
Yeah, see, only reason I disagree, and then we'll move on from this. We don't have to stay here. But only reason I'll disagree is I am one of the very few people that do not find the first season of The Office funny whatsoever.
That is fair.
It gets increasingly funnier the farther it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I had stopped at season 1, I would be blind to some of the best television, comedy-wise.
I will say that. What was it? It was it was the Amazon. I can't remember the show. It was the Amazon show that I hated the first season. I stopped watching it for an entire year. The Boys. It was The Boys.
Oh, really?
I watched it 2 years later. I still don't like the first. I still don't like the first season. But the second, the third, I love. It does get better. I was I had to suffer through all of season 1, which is something that I shouldn't do, but I did. And I guess now I'm happy that I've all caught up with the boys. But yeah.
And that's why me and Didge are saying you got to go maybe 7 or 8 deep.
But that also goes to the point, like, you still gotta make it a good show or make it an entertaining show so that people don't have to suffer through that.
I don't disagree, but sometimes you only learn. Well, you only get better off of learning. So you learn from season 1. These are all the things we did wrong. So you can go make season 2 a
yes, hit. But there's also issues where you have like, what is it, Lost, where you have multiple good seasons, and then when you get to like the last season, you're pissed that you started it because it does like decreasingly get worse the longer it gets.
That's the risk you take, buddy.
Same with the Flash, same with the Arrow. Oh, don't get me started with CW.
AJ, we did not get you started with the CW. We can happily move on. Okay, we have no interest in going down that road with you.
I definitely don't.
All right, especially because I got teary eyed seeing them all back on stage, and then Grant doing.
I did like that. I did
the podcast that he did
Mm-hmm.
with what's his name that played Lex in Smallville?
Michael Rosenbaum.
Yes, he did Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, and he got really honest. He said he started to feel like maybe the Flash was, he said even from the beginning, he said something I thought was really interesting. He was saying that from the beginning that show was always hard to do because it's a show centered around speed, right? And he's like, how do you write it to where fans look at it and they're like, you're the Flash, you should be able to solve this in a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, how do you grow that to where it can become multiple seasons? And he's like, that's how you get a lot of, Barry lost his speed, Barry lost his speed, Barry lost his speed. Because it's like, what else can you do? Because at the end of the day, you got to think about it. Barry really could just solve most of the shit he went through very quickly. Didn't need Cisco, didn't need nobody, right? So you got to kind of make it a drama element. And he was really kind of getting open and honest about it. And I was just like, because you hear Stephen Amell, and Stephen Amell will tell you, all we did was greatness, right? But then you hear Grant, and he's just a little bit more honest with the idea of the process of it all. I really did appreciate that vulnerability.
I will say,
I don't know if Stephen Amell was like that, but
Trevon, him getting as butthurt as he did for that line from Peacemaker.
That's
a crazy motherfucker.
That's like invalidating all the 8 years of work.
No, it is not.
He did not do that at all. First of all,
don't
joke about the character Arrow. You don't own the Arrow. Like that's not. You don't own him.
Don't joke on the show that carried DC all that time.
It wasn't the show. It's the character he was talking about.
Right.
Still, I would get offended too.
He joked on a lot of characters in that show.
I didn't understand why he took it so personally. You know what's funny? Anytime that clip circles around, you know what I always do? I always go back to the episode because I'm like, he had to have said Stephen Amell's name or some shit, right? Because he took it so personally. I'm like, bro,
playing the character,
and we loved him playing the character, but that joke was not to Stephen Amell; it was to Arrow. Peacemaker made
popular.
No, but the character. If someone makes a joke about Superman, I don't think the estate of Christopher Reeve should go, whoa, hey, fuck y'all. It's like, no. You're talking about Superman as a character.
No, hold on.
He did talk about Superman.
If it comes from a James,
exactly.
See, the difference is if it comes from a James Gunn project, you know which Superman he's talking about if he makes a joke. So
no, you don't.
Yeah,
it's Superman. It's not talking about a project. He's talking about the character. He talked about Batman in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about a lot of characters.
And we know which Batman he'll be joking about. Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter because they'll make the jokes again. You think you're gonna make those jokes again?
I think
where it comes from. It's where it comes from. Who wrote Peacemaker? That's all I'm saying.
That doesn't matter.
I just don't. I think you guys give. You know what, Trevon? You sometimes talk about James Gunn, how these K-bots talk about Kendrick. I think you look way deeper into him than needs to be. I think he's a very surface level guy. I think if he wanted to take shots, he would take shots.
Yeah.
I think he just writes jokes about characters. because characters are fun to make fun of, right? It's fun to make fun of Aquaman now that Momoa is not there anymore, right? Now you don't have to be afraid of the character. So I'm like, I don't know. I think sometimes a joke is a joke. What it did say? I just rewatched the joke. It was so tame. Yeah, Amel was heated in that interview, and I was just so confused.
I understand.
Because I was ready to take his side. I'm like, yo, what the fuck did they say? Then I listened to it. I'm like, huh? Like,
don't mention me.
All right, man. They didn't, because your legal name is not Green Arrow. Keep Arrow's name out your motherfucking mouth. Yeah, that's what happened. But hey, God bless him. God bless him.
I mean, he loved his character. He was willing to protect it. So that's
he's the only one.
Hey, I appreciate his love for it, because I always have love for what he did. But I just
forward to seeing his comments when they recast.
Ditch said I didn't know he got mad about it until today. Had to go see what I missed, bro. When I came across the clip, I was so taken aback. I thought I was missing some context. Is where I was confused, because it was a clip, so I was very confused. Where was I at? Okay. Joel, Trevon, did you guys talk about Nate Moore speaking about T'Challa?
Did we?
No.
Okay. So Nate Moore says there are no plans to recast T'Challa in the MCU. Quote, everything you read online is not true. All right, Nate Moore.
No, that's a lie.
I think that's semantics. I think the semantics are, we're not recasting Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa, but we did name his son T'Challa, and that motherfucker's going to be the Black Panther. So it's semantics. Congratulations. We're not stupid. Bravo. I don't really know what else to say to that. Like, I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not an idiot.
Am I correct? He doesn't even work at the studio full time anymore, right?
No. He left, but his last project is the final Black Panther.
Right.
That's his last project.
He's still part of Black Panther 3. But yeah, right. he's not doing anything else. Yeah.
Actually, Trevon, the best way to look at it is Amy Pascal. You remember how she's gone from Sony, but her name is on that universe. Yeah. So because he did Black Panther, his name is on it. So he's always going to be attached to it in some shape, form, or fashion.
On the timeline of Black Panther, when is that? When is that?
What do you mean?
Not Black Panther. Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. Like
2025 or 2026? You mean like what year?
Yeah.
Yeah, around 2025, 2027.
So how would the child become Black Panther at this time?
Because we're assuming the third movie is after Secret Wars, where the world reboots itself, and we're saying in that reality, his son is now obviously you can age him up.
Yeah. I got
you. But again, we don't know that. We don't know that for sure. All we know, Black Panther 3 could come out in 3 years, and he's still a child, so we don't fucking know. But that's our assumption, is that that's what it's gonna be.
We can do a kid Black Panther.
No, I think that would be very disrespectful to Shuri. It's like, we don't even want to use Shuri. Fuck that. Put it on the child. Like we're good. We're good. Put it on the kid. Yeah, you guys. Is there any thoughts on that? I mean, do we think it's just semantics, or?
I always figured it was if they were doing it, that's probably what they were doing. And considering there's literally a big multiverse movie coming, it could have been a fucking random T'Challa from another universe, right? So never count out anything when it comes.
I never thought of it as a recast anyway.
Me neither. Not in the traditional way.
Yeah,
right. Mainly because, again, once you saw the end of Black Panther 2, it was very obvious where they were heading. They went out of their way to tell you the son's actual name is T'Challa. Why do that if you're not at some point going to ascend him to being the Black Panther?
What's the point? In my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can make an argument it was just to be like a head nod to Chadwick, but I kind of feel like...
to the character.
Right. I kind of feel like...
the character.
Yeah, like... I don't know. If you didn't do it to make him Black Panther one day, I don't know if I look back on that scene as fondly as I do. Because for me, it's just a throwaway. Like, whatever symbolism you put with it, I'm not disrespecting. But it's essentially a throwaway. And to me, I don't like that. I thought it had true meaning of, we're going somewhere with this. So again, I'm not getting all up in arms about anything because we don't know anything, but I do hope it was meant to go somewhere. That's just my hopes. You guys enjoyed the Fantastic Four trailer, right?
Yes, I did.
We talked about that. We did talk about
that. I did catch. Yep. Throw my 2 cents in. I had no issues with that. She's definitely pregnant in like 3 different shots in that trailer. I'm getting Franklin. I'm getting the true OG King. I'm getting Omnipotent.
Like the second movie, though.
Nah, I'm getting Omnipotent himself. OP God. OP
It's
King.
It's called
That's way too soon, my God. We can get off first step.
I'm getting
You're expecting too much, Juwaan. You're expecting too much.
I'm telling you this
Franklin
right now.
Take his first steps.
Exactly. Thank you, Trevon. Thank you. That's gonna be the end credit scene. The end credit scene is gonna be.
Even if it is his first steps, like. You do not know he's a baby, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be the most.
He's gonna be like Jack Jack. He'll be like Jack Jack.
Thank you, Trevon. I was gonna say y'all didn't say shit about Jack Jack. All right, why can't he be Jack Jack? All right, I don't want to hear no shit. I want him. I want Franklin to
come
be
out,
Jack.
open the portal.
Jack Jack didn't walk till the second movie.
It don't matter. I want
Franklin
first
at the beginning. What you mean?
No, wait. Hold on, Trevon. I want Franklin's first steps to be killing Galactus. That's his first steps. Done.
Oh my God.
Y'all couldn't do this. The fuck? I had to. Fuck.
The baby
after he kills Galactus and shits his pants.
Yeah, exactly. What was I gonna say?
Wide and Charmed.
I love that, Trevon.
We're gonna be like.
Yeah, I think the only issue I had was I don't love Ben's voice. I don't. Maybe it'll grow on me, or maybe I'm just used to it sounding a lot raspier.
You haven't watched The Bear, right?
No.
See,
yeah,
you wouldn't mind if you watched The Bear. It wouldn't bother you. You'd be like, okay.
Well, no, I know that's how he sounds, and that's fine. That's what I said. I'm open to.
No, I'm saying you'll be used to his voice now if you watch.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
it was when I first heard it, I was just like, no, I don't like it.
I was ready for it. I was already expecting it.
I don't like it. I don't know if I thought maybe they would do something to the voice or something. I don't know what I was thinking.
I questioned it when they casted him because I was like, if they're just gonna CGI him and then deepen his voice, then why even cast someone that's important? If most of the movie, he's covered, and then you don't make him sound like him either, you're like double hiding him. So like, why cast someone? At all.
Then they did a little chef thing, so they,
I did like the nod to the chef, but
I didn't. Go ahead, Joel.
In that scene, you could hear that it is raspier than normal, but it's not. It's not deep. It's not as deep.
He wasn't trying to not be himself.
Yeah, you don't hear him going. It's very
well with the MCU as a whole. Like all the CGI characters, that they're them. Like Thanos, you knew that was Josh Brolin. You could tell that was Josh Brolin. Same with the Thing. Just all the CGI characters there. Even Red Hulk. You can tell that's Harrison Ford. Mm-hmm. So they give like identities to these characters that look like the actors just to let people know.
Well, hold on. Well, yes, but we can't put the Thing in that because he looks nothing like.
No, but I'm talking about I'm just talking about like any. I'm not just talking about looks. I'm just talking about anything that's recognizable.
Yes, yeah, I get you. I
would say the Thing looks so
comic accurate.
It looks so good.
It looks like a piece of art sometimes in those shots. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit!
It really makes us appreciate when we saw that set photo of the.
You want to know something?
The figure.
Yes, Mr. E. We're talking about Fantastic Four.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
My favorite part about them being as accurate as they were, did you see it as the thick eyebrow? That's very much a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people don't like it because they don't know that's a thing.
Right.
Because that's so much him that they've left out for so long that they're like, why is he? I don't like that. Well, because you're not used to it. But that's what he looks like. Right. That's what he. That's
the OG version of what he looks like. Yeah. And usually the version that they tend to go to. I stayed away from anything that might have been said negative about that trailer. Like I said, the only thing for me was just I got to get used to that voice. I got to get used to it. I really do. I think maybe Michael Chiklis spoiled me. Because I'm like, that's what I would want the Thing's voice to sound like, is to be that, that kind of voice. But I mean, this is no different than when Jamie Bell did it. Jamie Bell didn't. They didn't try to distort that shit. I remember it sounding like Jamie Bell.
That was weird.
So again, this isn't the first time this has happened. Yeah, there was a lot wrong about that. But I'm very curious because I do love Herbie. I love Herbie. I need to know who's voicing Herbie. I just need it. I need it.
Remember to be Natasha Lyonne, right?
That was a rumor.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a rumor, but it's never been like.
We know she's in the movie in some capacity, but we don't know.
Yeah, she's Birdie.
If it's a voice or
you
think she's Birdie?
Yeah, she's
Birdie. She is Birdie.
She could be.
What if?
Nah, she's coming to fuck some shit up as Birdie.
They could do it.
I will say this. One thing I want to give the Fantastic Four. What's the director's name?
Shackman.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. I want to give him a lot of credit because my mindset heading into that trailer was I won't like it if I don't see Silver Surfer. I need to just get that out of my system. What is it going to look like? Let me just get it out of my system. No Silver Surfer. I was okay. I was okay. I woke up the next day. I was still breathing. I was fine.
I said,
yeah.
When we talked about it, remember I said at the very beginning, I was thrown back. I was like, oh no, please. And then they got out of that real fast. That little WandaVision-esque shit at the beginning. I was like, oh
yes,
please don't stay there, please. They didn't stay there. I said, okay, all right.
Well, you're gonna get a lot of that feel though, because it's supposed to feel of that time. So you're gonna get a lot of that feel.
I think a lot of it you'll get, especially when you see them doing like their documentary or whatever. They're filming themselves and they're trying to present themselves to the public and not being themselves. Technically, they're kind of just putting up a front because they're celebrities. You know what I mean?
I will say this, Joel, you'll appreciate this joke. You ready?
Go.
Throw that whole movie in the garbage if Ben doesn't play poker.
And has a cigar on while he's doing it.
Has to. If he doesn't have it, throw it all in the garbage. That's not Ben.
I want him sitting on the couch, smoking a cigar, watching wrestling.
Yes. All has to be there. Throw it in the garbage.
He's got to be from Yancey Street. I want all of it.
Right. All right, let's stay here in Marvel. We got a trailer for Thunderbolts. We did get that trailer.
Beautiful.
I can safely tell you guys I argued with this group I'm in for about a day and a half on whether or not that silhouette floating in the sky that seemed very dark, on whether or not that was Sentry. And I keep trying to tell them, I don't think you get a lot of Sentry in this movie. I think you get maybe about 10 minutes of Sentry, and then it becomes the Void. I think the whole ending of that movie, or the second half, is him as the Void. I think the only Sentry you get heavy is probably when they first show up to the new Avengers. The bought Avengers Tower. I was gonna say new Avengers Tower, but that's not what I meant. The bought Avengers Tower. I think that scene where you see Bucky throw a punch and it's caught, and then his arm is thrown off. I think that's him as Sentry.
You see him as Sentry, and he throws someone out a window. You can see the glove.
It's
the glove is blue.
Yeah.
His hair is yellow. You can see it real quick. It's not long.
Yeah, you see the arm. Yeah,
because I don't think he's Sentry a lot in this movie. I think once you defeat the Void, maybe going forward you see him as Sentry. But clearly he's the movie's villain. So I think majority of it he's the Void.
I believe there's a lot of shadow on purpose.
Yeah,
I think they're hiding stuff, obviously, too. You know.
Yeah. Sentry in the MCU, who could have ever saw that happen? Not me. Not me.
No.
I'm feeling very much like Paul Rudd in that Hot Ones. Who would have seen this, right?
I wouldn't.
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Joel, to be fair, didn't want Sentry.
I was completely against it. I'm getting Sentry and Wonder Man the same fucking year. It's like it hates me.
And man, wait till you get what's his name? Squadron Supreme.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
I'm definitely, especially if you're introducing Sentry, I don't need the Squadron Supreme too.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We need to piss you off. That's what we need. I very much like the trailer. I can kind of see where this is going. It's not. Let me just say this, Marvel. If you're trying to get us to believe that Taskmaster is in this movie outside of the first 3 seconds of this movie, do a better job finding scenes to put this fucking character in. Because I'm still convinced this character dies in the first 10 minutes of this movie. I'm so convinced.
I'm convinced that he doesn't like Taskmaster.
I'm very much there with you. I don't even know why they did it.
They need an expendable character, and I think that's the first character.
That was the first one.
Here's the problem.
And only one.
Here's the problem. Out of that entire crew, that is the least likely character to be expendable, outside of obviously Bucky. Taskmaster is very adaptable. It should be very difficult to kill Taskmaster. These movies have made it seem very simple, very easy.
It's either Taskmaster or Ghost. That's
No. Ghost, I think, is going to be in the movie.
No, I'm just saying those are only two I can see dying. That's the only two I can see. That's it. Everybody else staying.
Damn.
Yeah, everybody else living.
You got nobody else of color in there, Trevon. Damn.
It's the only two I see.
I mean, we've seen Ghost in a lot more scenes than we have.
Sure do.
Taskmaster. I don't know.
And think about it. Because the character is a ghost, there might be even more scenes we didn't even see her in.
Fair.
You know? Trevon, how did you like that trailer? I thought that was a really great trailer, and I kind of agree with it, because AJ says this all the time, and I agree with him for this. I kind of don't want to see anything else. I think I'm good. I think this should, if I had any say, this would be the last trailer. Thunderbolts? I'm good. Yeah.
I don't.
For me, I know nothing about Sentry or the Void. I've been learning since the trailer. So, I mean, I'm all about the power. Use your powers. Yeah. Him throwing
he
people.
Looks like he is, right?
Throwing shadows and shit. I don't know. Like I saw somebody says like he's sending them to the shadow realm, and I'm like, look, this is for me. This is for me. I was like, come on, like I love that. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's interesting. I do not want to see any more, but I know they're gonna do it. I mean, we're too far away, but yeah, I this is great. This is enough for me. This was a surprise. We knew about Sentry. We kept hearing about him all the time. I was like, oh, cool. That'd be, somebody put him in the fight or whatever. I did not think we're getting this guy. I don't remember us ever talking about Void.
I didn't think they would bring in the Void, but shit.
That was surprising. I was like, oh, what is the hell?
I did wonder if they would, because I'm like, the dichotomy of the two characters, because they're the same character. One's just evil.
I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know that. I was like, oh. I think I don't know. We just talked about Sentry. Nobody ever mentioned the Void.
I avoid it as much as possible, but yes, I'm sure I've mentioned it once or twice. But
yeah, that's pretty cool.
If you don't, that's just a character. The Void, especially, is the case. Again, uber powerful character. They're gonna definitely water it down, but the fact that we saw him doing what he did in that trailer was shocking. I was like, oh well, he's.
I mean, from from what we're seeing, I mean, you can deduce a lot from the trailer. Like, you can see, it looks like she's walking into it, and even the new synopsis they put out is like they're facing their dark past or whatever it says in the synopsis. So they must go in there and have to deal with their their lives and come out and beat it. That's the way they're gonna beat the Void, I guess.
Bro, I just feel sorry for Bucky. If I was Bucky, I had to face my past so many goddamn times. I'm sick of this shit. I'm so sick. That's why he looked worn out. When you see him in the trailer, he looked like his actual age in this goddamn trailer. Bucky is just so sick of this shit, man. He's like, bro, god damn, man. Like every time.
I need them to make sure. I need them to explain how he's a congressman, though, because that's interesting to me. That's what it looks like. And I was like, oh, let's see. I want them to explain that.
What do you mean? How he how he became a congressman, like with your background. How does that work? Remember, it's interesting. It doesn't exist anymore.
I'll say this. Obviously, background doesn't matter in this country.
Well, that's true.
Real life or in movies. Anyway.
Yeah, it makes it more believable, if anything. Murderer? Sign me up.
Even the look that happens in the trailer is very interesting. I'm just saying.
Looks a little familiar.
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
But yeah. But yeah, it's it looks good. It looks like fun. I can't wait. May, at least that one's in May, so it's not July.
That
so
is fair.
Yeah, makes sense because you got Fantastic Four in July.
Yep,
that's Superman.
Well, I just mean from Marvel, but yeah, Superman too. Yeah. AJ, how'd you like this trailer?
Yeah, I loved it. So good to see Yelena back. I wish I can get Kate in this movie too, but I'm not gonna get those two together for a while. It is what it is.
I don't know. You might.
No.
Make a little tease of her. I don't know.
Wait, tease of who? Sorry, I was reading Mr. E's comment.
Kate Bishop.
What?
They could tease her somewhere.
Don't what me.
They could show Yelena talking to her or something.
Bruh,
I don't know.
I thought you said when she got married, you moved on. Why are we done? Why are we circling back?
What they got to do with anything?
That's why he's bringing her up.
I did not move on, Juwaan. Okay, I did not.
All right, you psycho.
Ain't got nothing to do with it anyway.
She just popped up on my screen in Twitter. Like I don't know.
Hey.
No. Joel, she popped up on my screen. You wanna know why? AJ retweeted it. AJ quote tweeted it. That's why. There's no shock there.
Anyways,
I'm gonna send this gift to AJ right now. Look at this woman.
I can't wait to see the Sentry, aka Bob, aka the Void. Mm-hmm. I'm really curious if they're going to go into the mental illness of the character, the whole schizophrenia and all of that stuff. I'm really curious if they're going to dive deep into that, into his character, into his psyche.
I think there is going to be a level of mental health explored because unless he's pulling a fast one, Bob does not seem cognizant of what he does.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping right now.
Yeah,
it is funny because there are so many images that people imagine. At least the image they show of Sentry, who's this big, muscular man, long hair, and that's not always what he looks like. He looks like Bob. Just like he's just a dude.
There's a lot of people that like really don't understand Bob as a character. They just know that he's just
Sentry.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious if they're gonna focus more so on Bob and then the Void. I don't really care if they go into Sentry in this movie, but I do hope they like develop him into that character throughout the future of the MCU. Within the Thunderbolts, I just want them to focus on Bob and the Void a little bit because I feel like that's an interesting dichotomy between those two characters. And it's sort of like the Hulk a little bit in the way where he's fighting with himself to hold himself back, which is something that we did get a little bit with the Hulk. Oh, we did get a lot with the Hulk, but I feel like it's a more interesting story with the Sentry as a character. So that's one of the main things that I'm excited about for the Thunderbolts. That and the entire chemistry between the Thunderbolts team or whatever they're going to be called. Mm-hmm. I've heard a lot of people say Yelena's going to be the star, which I have no doubt about it. But
I think Sebastian Stan said that like early on when they first previewed it. I think someone on that cast was saying she's like the heart of it. Oh wait, Joel, was the article saying Bucky was the heart of it? It's either Yelena or Bucky. It
was one of the two.
Yelena, we've heard for a while that Yelena was actually the real star of the project. But I believe he said it. Like he said, like
that's what I thought. What I thought. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot for me at least. There's a lot going for this movie. So I'm expecting a lot, more so than Captain America: Brave New World. But I'm still excited.
Well, we've heard, and the thing is with Thunderbolts, everything I've heard at least from like people talking, good things. They've heard good things about the screenings. So I was like, that could be the surprise hit for the summer. You never know.
I hope so. I definitely hope so. I hope Marvel goes 3 for 3.
That'd be great.
I mean, it'd be like old times, right? Good old times, man.
Back to that.
They make him
right,
regardless, in my opinion.
No, I mean, it's hard not to, right?
Y'all see the thing where the asterisk went from 6 to 5? Everybody was like, the asterisk beside Thunderbolts was 6, and now it's 5. Sides. Yeah, like the
internet detectives are so good, bro.
The new asterisk is 5 instead of 6.
There's a new poster.
We
with
still
them
do think they're gonna die, so that character's gonna die.
There's 6 in the poster that I'm looking at. Okay. Like the newest poster I saw has all of them in a circle. And there's 6 pixels. And Bob is in one of them on the side, like with Yelena's picture. Because there's 7 in total.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm really excited for this. I do love how in the first trailer they harkened on "That's a horrible fucking name," and they doubled down on it in this trailer.
He says we can't. I wonder why you can't. Why not? Look, we can't. Maybe because of the president's
no, but Joel, that's why me and AJ kept saying it is paramount we get to tomorrow, because once we see that movie, so much more Thunderbolts, just the trailer, like not the movie as a whole, just the trailer will make so much more sense.
Yeah,
because you're saying Thunderbolts when you're giving me a movie before that with a man whose last name is, his code name is Thunderbolt Ross, right? Yeah. So you kind of look at it and you're like, did he form it? But that comes before, like it's just confusing.
So. For Bucky to say you can't do that because the president's nickname is Thunderbolt,
right? And he would have to sign off on that. So it's like, what about you? You know what I'm very curious about? Right. This is what I'm curious about. I wonder if that's a swerve.
What is?
I wonder if those two dialogues aren't the same moment. I wonder if he says Thunderbolts and they spliced it to where Bucky says we can't use that. What if what he's actually saying is Dark Avengers and Bucky's like, no, we're not doing that because we're not the Avengers, right? Like, I could see something like that, like it being a swerve.
Who would call themselves that? Even the Dark Avengers didn't call themselves the Dark Avengers.
I know. But, I mean, you never know. I mean, they're all bad guys, so, I mean.
They were just the Avengers.
Yeah. Oh, Joel, as I pass it to you, I do want to say no one's well, let me not say no one. I don't know that no one is. I feel like it's not being talked about enough how what we got in this final season of What If is translating in live action. Remember the episode of What If where the Red Guardian was so in love with the Winter Soldier? It was like his hero. Yeah. He was geeking out when he saw Bucky. He's like, he's so cool. Like, he's so awesome. So I'm like, I thought that was so awesome that they kind of like sprinkled that in the live action, that he's such a big fan of the Winter Soldier.
That's still canon in this universe. Yeah.
Right, exactly. I thought that was really cool. But what were your thoughts on this new trailer?
Mine?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I liked it a lot. That was Wendell Pierce we saw in the beginning, right?
Yes.
I thought so. Yeah.
That little slick motherfucker, him.
This is 2 movies this year. Good for him. You know, it's Marvel and DC.
Getting that Marvel money and that DC money.
Yeah. Make that money. Yeah. I thought I saw. I was like, hey, I know you.
Juwaan, I posted that gift 23 hours ago.
Oh, did you?
Damn. You got the exact time. God damn.
Let me tell you something. She looks really good in that.
Damn right. Let
me tell you. Anyway, yeah, I really dug it. We saw basically everyone. The thirst was real. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we got a little bit of everybody. Like aside from maybe we got a little bit of Taskmaster. It's not like they hit her completely, but like we were saying earlier, it's like she seems to be in only certain parts and like maybe just the beginning. Mm-hmm. That she's noticeably absent and through, especially the part of the car ride when there were Bucky. Like, where the fuck is she?
Like, dead on the ground somewhere.
Yeah, what's happening? That's
head
odd.
Fucking blown to bits.
I still believe. Like, I was surprised that they showed us at least who we imagine is the Void, because I thought we would just get a Sentry look, and even that was very hidden from us. Mm-hmm. And they showed us just a silhouette of who could possibly be some flying Superman-looking character, right?
Yeah.
Who we assume, us, who know the character as Sentry and /Void, right? So some parts were Void, some parts were Sentry. We like that one scene you could definitely tell it was Sentry, but it happened so quick, it's easy to miss. And then there's a lot of, so I think a lot of the shadowy figure versions are on purpose. I'm not sure because I think what's his
name?
A
lot of Moon Knight moments.
I don't know. I think they were on purpose in the trailer because I think Jake Sher commented on the trailer. He's like, "Why so dark?" The director himself was commenting on the trailer. So I was like, I thought that was funny. But I really look forward to the mystery behind the asterisk. I still remain like, I don't know why it's drawn me in as much as it has, and I hope it hits because since the movie's been talked about and since they added the asterisk, I'm like, why? And it's probably because of the whole stupid they can't actually officially call themselves Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like in name only, like it's because the fucking Red Guardian keeps calling them that. But that's not what they are, right?
Right.
And will they keep the name? Will this still be a thing afterwards? Will they be in the next Avenger movies? Like, a lot of question marks to be answered.
You know, my biggest question is for you, Joel. I'd say for you, like you wrote the movie, but in my head, you did. Okay. Biggest question is, I'm curious the importance of the name because my biggest question is, outside of an Avenger movie, when else will we see? Like, it's not like they'll make a sequel of this. So it's like, where the fuck else will we see them where they actually get to utilize the fucking name, right? Because it's like when the world's ending, no one gives a fuck what you're called. It should save us.
That's fair.
Where else are they going to use this name? Unless they make like a series or something, but I don't think Bob Iger's going to want that. So it's like, you got to make it a movie. Where else would this fucking movie go?
It's funny. It would work as a series because they don't have.
It would.
They don't have bombastic powers. You know, it's basically 3 super soldiers and what's her name?
I don't know what you would call her.
Assassin.
Yelena's a widow. And
No. I don't know what you would call
Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either.
They don't really classify people that have abilities that aren't mutant. Right. So it's like, I don't really know what you call them.
Technically, it's a mutation.
That's what I'm saying, but they haven't classified her as a mutant. So I'm like, I don't know what they call other people. Remember, because they were calling Wanda
enhanced.
There you go.
Maybe she's enhanced.
There you
go. She does her shifting powers, and she has a cool little costume too. But we see her without the mask so much, we forget that she has one.
Yeah. For someone that calls himself Ghost, I see her a lot.
Often. I see more than Taskmaster. Everyone's hiding.
Exactly.
I like this.
Call her Baba Yaga.
Call her Baba Yaga. That's hilarious.
I like that.
That name's reserved.
Yeah, for different franchise. But I'm really excited. I mainly because there's a lot of mystery behind it.
Right.
Like a lot of shit they're hiding.
I will say because Trevon has made it very clear, and he's not the only one that he believes Bucky should be in Captain America. You know who I'm more interested to see if they're in Captain America? Val. Val.
I've heard rumors she might be, but again, we haven't heard anything definitive.
Because I'm like, a lot of what their name creation could be from Val. Maybe they don't create the Thunderbolts name. Maybe Val does, right? So I'm like, we're leaving that part out. She puts them together, so maybe she names them.
Just based on the trailer, it looks like it's just a Red Guardian.
It might be. It might be. It very well might be.
My question is, how long is the Thunderbolts compared to Brave New World? That's my thing.
Length?
Like, yeah. How long? How far?
We don't know. I don't think. I thought you meant how long is the movie?
Timeline wise.
Yeah.
We don't know.
That's
what we've been trying to figure out.
The time between. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I have no hints of it either.
Again, is why we keep saying we need tomorrow to hurry the hell up so we can get some kind of concept, possibly, on where this takes place.
I'm expecting Bucky, Val, and U.S. Agent in this Captain America movie. It'd be interesting if they're not.
That's a long shot. I think that's a long shot.
It's a little bit.
I think it's more realistic. None of them are in it.
Yeah.
But to me, if I had to assume so, because it's like a political drama, Val makes the most sense. If I had to pick one out of the 3 you just named, Val makes the most sense.
Val's been sneaking up in a lot of different franchises. Like she was in Black Panther and shit.
I wouldn't have expected her to be in Black Panther at all. So when she popped her head in, I was just like, oh.
Well, she's the head of the CIA, right?
No, but remember, we found that out in the Black Panther movie. That's what I'm saying. Before the movie came out, I wouldn't have expected her to be in it.
Yeah. Apparently, she might be now the new director of security or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
For the sequel, they can use the actual Thunderbolts team, which I believe most of the team we see in the movie will either be killed or imprisoned. They will use the OG Thunderbolts team, but rename them Dark Avengers with Val as Norman Osborn stand-in since he doesn't exist in the universe. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that when we talk Spider-Man, because the idea of Norman Osborn has been really pissing me off. I think this takes place around the same time as Cap. Yeah. But again, Mr. E, our issue is, does it take place before Cap or after Cap? We think it takes place around the same time, but when? When matters, you know?
So. Yeah, I think Thunderbolts will take place after Cap. I feel like now they're more focused on the continuity of things for the MCU, especially since phase. What phase are we on right now? 4?
5.
5.
We're on 5 right now. 4, and phase 4, it was just all chaotic, really.
Yeah, Fantastic Four at the beginning is 6.
Well, remember this, AJ, because I get what you're saying, but remember, these two projects do not have to connect.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
But they don't have to connect.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that what am I saying?
They need to for me.
He's like, what am I saying?
No, they don't.
Well, it depends on what. Like, what do you want to connect, Trevon?
I mean, I'm going off of what she said in the trailer. The Avengers aren't coming. That doesn't make any sense to me right now.
Oh, that makes sense.
We don't know. We don't know if Sam actually assembles them at the end of the movie. That's what I'm saying. Tomorrow.
That's why I can't wait to see this movie tomorrow.
That's the thing. I don't think they are fully assembled by the end of this movie. I think it's just the beginning of them being assembled. I don't think it's the end.
Well, they also talk
that's what I'm saying, Joel. It doesn't need to be connected.
One of the rumors also say that Sam is supposed to be like one of the leads of, what was it, Secret Wars and Doomsday.
Well, he's the leader of the Avengers.
Doomsday, right? Yeah, Doomsday. Going into Doomsday. But again, to Joel's point that I want to make sure we don't skip over, it's a very good point. This movie could end with him talking to Wong and Shang-Chi. That's not the Avengers. That's just two people. So it's like we have to see the movie to see if he even engages in trying to assemble the Avengers in this movie. We have no idea. Again, I'm very curious how the fuck Sam stops a Red Hulk. I don't know. But what, he won't die. I mean, spoiler alert for anyone that maybe thought he would.
That doesn't mean that
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to stop a Red Hulk. I'm very curious how that plays out. But I'm not getting my hopes up. But I would love if we saw Shuri, if we saw Bruce, if we saw Wong.
I think we definitely need to see Wakanda again. That's for sure.
Well, if you watch some of the clips, you can see how he's gonna get out of it.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you.
I haven't seen none of the clips.
Yeah, I haven't seen none of the
clips. We're not gonna say anything, AJ. But I'm just saying I wouldn't be shocked if there's some help. I'll leave it there. We'll move on. Sound fair?
Oh no, I wouldn't. I don't expect that much help, but I do expect some help. And one of those people being, what's his name? Oh God, Isaiah.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Yep.
Isaiah Falcon. That's his help right now to start.
Yeah. Oh God.
Patriot? Are you talking about Patriot?
No. He means actual Isaiah.
I'm talking about
they say he's not even in the movie.
No, I don't think he is. Apparently.
Too much. Namor talked about it, I believe.
They talked about it recently that he might, but he's not.
He said he's not in it. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Namor. I was like,
no, Nate Moore. That's what I thought.
Man, I just whoa, hold on. What the fuck? Like, why are characters issuing statements about movies? What the fuck is happening? All right. Man had me confused. I'm like, whoa.
First of all,
I thought you just spoiled the movie, Trevon. I was about to say, damn, dog.
Nobody thinking about
Betty
Namor right
supposed
now.
to be in this movie as well? I think that's going to be one of the triggers for
Isn't who?
Betty Ross.
Yeah.
So I
they
think
spoiled that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that she's definitely going to be one of the triggers that helps Sam technically beat Red Hulk, but
subdue.
Yeah.
Man, I'll be mad as fuck. I'll be mad as fuck if Betty pulls up talking about some. It's getting real low, big guy.
Hey, look, it happens, man. It happens.
Sun's getting real low, Dad. Come take your meds, Dad.
Yes, sir.
Just gonna use it the same way that Batman used. What's her name right now?
Martha?
No.
Stop it.
What's her name? The reporter. What is it?
Oh, Lois Lane.
Remember, I used there in front of Superman when he was going nuts. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. To stop him.
I mean, that could work.
And that only somewhat worked because remember, Superman still threw the shit out of Batman.
But they flew away instead of killing him.
They did. Yeah, he did. He didn't kill nobody. That's fair. He made sure he whooped everybody's ass first. All right, let's move on. Neil Druckmann says they didn't have Caitlin Dever bulk up to play Abby in Last of Us Season 2. Quote, that doesn't play as big of a role in this version of the story. It's more about the drama. Quote, we would have struggled to find someone as good as Caitlin to play this role. I saw people freaking out. Here's why I never had an issue with it. Look who they casted as Ellie. You thought they were going to bulk her up like they did in the game? She got a little for her size. She got a little bit bulked up from game 1 to game 2. She got older, got a little bit taller, got a little bit muscle to her. Yeah. No, she had a little bit of muscle to her. That's how she was able to fight a little bit. She had a little bit of muscle to her.
She's more skilled. I wouldn't call her big. Not like
no. Follow me for a second. I'm saying she had a little bit of muscle. This girl that they casted in the show, they're not doing any of that shit to her. So if she's going to look like that, why the fuck would we need an Abby to look like Brock Lesnar? I wouldn't believe any fight if you told me those two are fighting and Abby looked like Brock Lesnar. I wouldn't believe that shit. So I'm like, I'm fine with her looking as normal as the opposing looks. I'm okay with that.
Though. Her muscles has nothing to do with the storyline.
No, not at all. But I also am very curious why he made her Brock Lesnar in the game.
It was only
she was big as shit.
That's the design.
She was jacked for no reason, Joel.
She had big arms.
Well, technically, we do see her lift weights in the game as well.
Yeah, she does. She does.
No, but I'm saying she was muscular for no reason. There was no need for her to be that goddamn big.
She had Grace. What's her name?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Oh my god!
Would you say, AJ?
I said I wouldn't be surprised if she was taking steroids in that game.
Oh, 100%, bro. 100%. I tell you what. When she was throwing punches, hers hurt more than anyone else's. I can tell you that for goddamn sure. But I don't have any issue with this. We had this conversation about season 1. He made it very clear. I'm here to get Emmys. I don't give a fuck what y'all fans are doing.
Damn right.
I want Emmys, dog. I don't blame them. We have the games. If it means that much to us, go replay the video game. Go replay the video game. Like it didn't. It's not taking away from. You know, this is for a new audience. So for me, I don't have any issues. That was the first thing I thought about when Joel told me who they casted as Abby. I was just like, I don't see her bulking up. Like I don't think they're gonna have her attack the weight room.
Technically, they could have let her bulk up too as well. So that wasn't.
But her bulk up, AJ, would have been different from the game.
I didn't need her to bulk up
for sure.
See a concept. I'm good. I don't need a whole fucking.
Because look, I look at it like this, Joel. I look at it like this. Every comic we see of Wonder Woman, she's a bodybuilder. But then you cast Gal Gadot, and we were okay with that. So I'm like, if I'm fine with that, I'm fine with this. I didn't need it. Is my only thing. I don't need it. It's not paramount to making a good story. Or a good adaptation for this. So for me, I'm fine. I'm totally fine with this. Trevon, you also being someone that didn't play the game quite like myself, right? You didn't play it, right?
I know nothing about this. What y'all talking about?
Wait, you don't even know what Abby looks like?
It's a lesbian couple, right?
Abby's not lesbian.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Well, whatever.
No, Abby is not.
Abby is
not Abby. Not Abby. But there is a lesbian couple.
It's funny. The brolic one is not the lesbian.
We're gonna take that out, Joel. We don't need you canceled. No, Trevon, I'm gonna send it to you right now so you can get a concept of what she looks like. I just sent it to you on Twitter. So while you look at that, Trevon, I'm gonna skip over you and then come back to you. AJ, this doesn't bother you at all, right?
What doesn't bother me?
No, Neil saying that they weren't gonna have Caitlyn look her video game counterpart.
That's people just being stupid if they're complaining about it. It is what it is.
I'm looking at it right now. I've learned when it comes to video games, it better be exactly like it is, or they get pissed. So I'm just
season 1 they changed a few things, but it did make the lore of that game a lot better. Mm-hmm. And they said they're doing it a lot more in season 2. So if they keep that same energy as they did in season 1, I don't think people are gonna have any issues. Because in season 1, the only episode people had issues with was the gay episode. That was the only one.
And that was
I was about to say, Trevon, cover your ears.
So I stopped watching the show after the episode.
I will say this, AJ is
a problem too, though. See,
that is fair. But I will say this, AJ, as I pass it to Joel, because I know some people are going to hear us say this and say you guys are being hypocrites because you've complained about things before. If I've complained about something not adapting something properly, it's because I personally thought it was defining to that character or that story. Her muscles are not a defining.
Yes.
Like they don't define who Abby is just because she's bulky as shit.
People who fan cast Ryan Gosling as Black Panther, that is a complaint I will have for years.
That's just racist.
That's people being idiots. Yeah,
that's people being racist.
But it's not the same. So I just want to make that clear. Like when I say things like how I want Batman's suit to look or his cowl or things like that, I think that's important to the character. I think it makes the character.
I don't need a job. Batman. I've said that several times. I don't need.
No. I mean, just the design of his costume. If I ever complain about the design.
Oh, I mean, I prefer if I can recognize the character,
right?
Once I see them on screen, that's how I feel.
Right.
I
think that's important to the character.
Yeah. There's certain aspects to a character visually where I'm like, that's her or that's him. You know what I mean?
Actually, Joel, I have a perfect example. We won't say any names because we don't need to highlight anyone's names. But we've not seen a Flash as muscular as the Flash is drawn in comics, and no one ever complains about that. Right? Because it doesn't matter. You don't need Barry to be buff as shit.
Not that we need to bring up the movie, but the Ezra Miller Flash costume, he was bulked up. It was young.
Well, yes, but again, bulked up for him. The costume. It didn't bulk him up to fit the comic.
The character himself is not bulky, yes.
Right. What up, Jamie?
Hey, I wish I was here earlier, but I made it.
You did make it. You did make it. You made good time. You're good. You made good time. Actually, Jamie, after I go to Joel, I'm curious about your thoughts on this. But Joel, this doesn't bother you at all, right?
No, I'm all right. I didn't even really think. I heard about it, and I didn't even. I barely moves me. I was like.
To fill you in, Jamie, we were reading Neil Druckmann's statement saying he didn't have Caitlin Dever bulk up to play Abby. He just didn't, he wants to focus more on the drama. And he said they would have struggled to find someone as good as Caitlin to play this role. Right. So his heart was set on her playing the role. He didn't really care if she didn't match the Incredible Hulk muscles that Abby has in a video game. Does that bother you at all, Jamie? Or does that not define that character at all? Being her muscles.
I can't say it doesn't bother me, but ultimately, if that's what Neil felt was the right move, then I'm just gonna trust his judgment. Based on the story that was told in the game, she got the muscles that she's infamous for a particular reason that's important to the story. And so that kind of plays into why she looks the way that she looks and is able to do the things that she does. So I'm curious.
Super soldier serum, right? That's what she said.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Her and Steve Rogers. But I'm curious if they're going to have that same story arc for her, if it's going to be slightly changed. I mean, in theory, you know, like she could be one of the like skinny, strong people that, you know, you see every blue moon. And like that could happen. It just makes it more like believable if you see like, oh, like, yeah, she's like this super like beastly person. No wonder she's just throwing people around left and right. But I'm like, you know, I think it's fine. And I think it might even help in the actress's case too. I think part of the hate that Abby got was around like the way that she looked and people saying like, "Oh, she's super masculine. Like, what is this about?" And trying to be woke, all this other stuff. So I think that might help in the actress's case. I don't think it will take the. I don't think it'll take the edge off of what the real reason why people are mad about Abby, but it'll be one less thing to complain about, I guess, for them. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed because, like, you know, I like seeing muscle ladies, but that's fine.
And to be fair to Caitlin, the actress who is playing Abby, to be fair to her, she may bulk up. It just won't look like the video game, but she might bulk up for her. Right, like you know how certain people
you might see some definition, and
right?
That's fine.
So
that's
again,
that's all I need.
Yeah. So I just because I think what he was trying to get ahead of is that when you see her arms and you go, "Oh, she's cut," you won't go, "But she's not Abby cut." He's trying to dim that down now, so she might be cut, just not Abby cut, and I don't think that's a problem.
I find it funny. People complained that Abby was buff in the video games, but now people are complaining that she's not buff enough in the show. It's
right.
It's maybe they think it would be hotter seeing it in live action. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, it's just like
they not buff the whole game. Like they're like flashbacks and shit.
Right. Yeah. Look, all he's saying is he wants to focus more on expanding the drama of it. That's it. That's it. Take that how you would like to take it, but that's what he's focused on. Like I said at the top of this, Jamie, he wants Emmys. He's not really concerned with anything else but his Emmys.
And it's gonna go past this season, so who knows?
Yeah, apparently HBO just came out and said they want 4 seasons. So he's sitting back and he's just like, "Ha ha, more drama."
This is a new Game of Thrones right here.
What did they say? So much drama in the LBC. It's kind of hard being Snoop Double G. That's what he's saying right now. Hey, more drama the better, baby. That's all I care about.
There's some of those anchor arms. Have her blow them things up. You know,
small ass legs and big ass arms. Yeah, why not?
Do a little reference to the game, like, "Oh wow, I wish I had these."
That would be funny right there.
That would be great. We need to get Jamie in that writer's room. Moving on, we got some details about Megan 2.0. We got a little bit of a teaser for that, just her dancing again. I kind of was hoping they'd get some new choreography. I thought it was creepy in the first one. Doesn't really have the same effect now. Now it's just like, whatever. You know what it is? It was like the first time I heard Freddy Krueger's song scared the hell out of me. The 8th time I heard it, it meant nothing.
It's on Amazon as well.
You said what, Trevon?
It's on the action figure, apparently.
Ooh, on Amazon. I will not be buying that. That's how Chucky started.
She comes with all the weapons.
No, thank you. I don't already need to prepare her.
Not for
so apparently the details of the sequel, it's set 2 years after the first film. Megan's AI tech has been stolen and used to create a military-grade weapon called Amelia. Ivana, who played the female
scientist.
No, she wasn't. No. Hold on. She wasn't like a Sith. She was like a female Jedi in Ahsoka. I'm not talking about Sabine. The one that was with Baylan Skoll, his apprentice. That is who will be playing Amelia. Okay. Apparently Amelia goes rogue. So therefore,
I just remember Shinhati.
Shinhati, thank you, AJ.
Shinhati.
So apparently, after Amelia goes rogue, Megan is resurrected to save humanity with upgrades, making her faster, stronger, and more.
Oh, it's
lethal.
Fucking Terminator. That's what this is.
Yeah,
it is.
Terminator 2.
It is. So that is the details on Megan 2.0. Joel, are you now more excited, less excited, or indifferent?
Oh, modern day Terminator 2 with little girl dolls. Let's do it. I mean, let's fuck
Yes,
it.
sirski. Yes, sirski.
I never knew I needed it, but that's usually the best.
We got it.
Hey, we kept asking ourselves who would take the reins from Arnold. It's been answered. Megan.
Fucking doll.
Megan. Trevon, I don't remember if you saw the first one. Are you excited for this at all?
I saw it, and the first one was enough.
You're just afraid this is gonna come to life. That's all that is.
Too close to reality.
The first one was enough.
Hey, you got too much technology in your house, man. Slim it down, or Megan's coming for you. All right, you'll either get Megan or Amelia. I'm telling you. Just brace yourself. You need to see these movies so you can know how to stop them.
That's fair.
Just saying.
Education.
There you go. I know how to defeat Chucky.
The only movie that scared me the worst was that goddamn Scream movie where he was hacking her damn security system. I said, look, that's too much. That was too much.
Trevon said this hits close to home. I don't like it.
Unlocking her damn door. That was too much. I said, hold on.
Well, Trevon, if history's taught us anything, Chucky didn't fuck with black people. I don't think Megan does either. So I think we're safe there.
In the sense that she won't kill them?
No, in the sense of she knows better. So did Chucky.
Okay.
There's a reason why the leprechaun went to the hood, but not Chucky. AJ, you excited for this at all?
Not excited, no. But I'm gonna watch it. Wasn't excited for the first one, but I did like it.
I was so excited for the first one. I had so much fun in that movie.
I just watched it on VOD. I didn't even watch it.
Hold on. You almost said VHS.
I did.
I was about to say, what retro shit was you watching? Megan on VHS? All right. Old timer.
Look, and they can put Stranger Things on VHS. They could do it with Abby.
They could. They really could. Yeah, it's like a throwback.
Yeah.
Jamie, you interested in this at all?
I don't know. I heard good things about the first movie, and I've gotten very close to watching it on a couple of nights. But I don't know, just something about I just didn't never do it. So I'll have to watch the first one, and then I'll get back to you on the second one. Although now that I hear it's kind of going a Terminator route, I feel more compelled to watch the first one to see if I want to do the second one.
The first one is a lot more funnier than you think it would be.
That's what I was hearing. And I'm like,
I had so much fun.
Yeah, because I didn't initially watch it because it looked spooky, and y'all know I don't do a lot of spooky stuff, but people are saying they had a fun time with it.
Yeah, I can tell you right now,
I'm dipping my toe.
Let me just help you, Jamie, if this helps at all. Movie's not scary at all. Like, at all. It's really a comedy. It's more funny than it is anything else. It's not really scary.
My younger sister loved it.
Yeah. Now, I'll say this. If you see it in a theater, it's a lot of pop-up scares. Like, it's a lot of pop-up scares. But if you watch it at home, you'll be fine.
See, I always thought of it as like
in the theater.
A Chucky parody. That's all I always thought of it as.
Well, that's how Chucky saw it. I don't know if you guys remember, but the Megan Twitter and Chucky Twitter were going back and forth when Megan was released. Chucky kept saying, "Been there, done that. Why you copying me?" Like they were going back and forth.
I just felt like it was.
I love it. Chucky's Twitter is so funny.
I can't believe they canceled that show. They had some of the best social media presence outside of Wendy's. It had some of the best social media experience.
Duolingo, put some respect on my boy. R.I.P.
The leprechaun went to the hood twice. That's great. He did go to the hood twice. Didn't give a fuck either time. Got high and everything. I love those leprechaun movies.
I've never seen a Leprechaun Goes to the Hood. I have to watch it.
It's a classic. It's a hood classic.
That's what I keep hearing. I'm like, so I have to put it on my list.
Like when you think of things like Boys in the Hood, like stuff like that, like it's right there.
Yeah,
The Wire.
H2O.
You put it.
Greatness right there.
I think of Jamie's
hood
list.
Classics. You put it right there.
I think of Jamie's list like Santa's like Christmas list, like all the kids that are good and bad. That's how long their shit probably is. Like,
it's pretty long. It's pretty long. But you see, I get to something every now and again. Godfather, it's off the list. I did it.
I'm so proud of you.
Two, right?
So proud of you. Did you do 2?
I did do 2. It was
so
great.
Proud of you. Don't do 3. Don't please.
I heard that. I stopped. I stopped.
No, watch 3. You gotta watch the whole thing.
No, I seen Al Pacino asked about 3 and forgot that was even a movie one time.
So he was like, "I did 3. That." Oh,
he was like 3. We did 2.
There was a 3.
Shit. So, oh shit. Oh. Yeah. No, don't remember it. All right, moving on. Apparently, AMC is rising the price of the A-list membership. Now $26 per month, even higher if you live in New York or California. Members can now watch up to 4 movies per week. I'll tell you this. I will trade in. I will stay at 3 movies per week. All you need to do for me, AMC, is make sure that my specific screenings don't have Nicole Kidman. You do that, I'll pay $36 per month.
No.
Off my fucking screen.
Hardware feels good in a place like this. Don't do that.
And
we need her every time.
Don't need it on the screen. No. The only reason I would want Nicole Kidman to stay, the only reason I would want Nicole Kidman to stay is because when she does, it gives us even more time to be late for a movie. That's the only purpose she serves. If you're late, you got to calculate the fact that she spends 2 to 3 minutes talking nonsense before your movie.
My thing is, why are we,
I just said 2 to 3 minutes.
My thing is, why are we advertising going to AMC if we're already in AMC? It will make sense.
Thank you, AJ. Thank you.
Look, hold on. It'll make sense if we just focus on advertising A-list, because not everybody has A-list, even if you go to the movie theaters.
AJ, you want to know something even dumber? When we sat down to watch, what was it, Joel? I think it was Deadpool and Wolverine. They had a whole 10 minutes of telling us about the movie before showing the movie.
Oh, man.
Why was that needed?
That was Sonic. That was Sonic.
It was Sonic. Sorry. It was Sonic. I'm like, bro, we're in the chair ready to watch the movie. And you're would you like 20 minutes to know about it?
I do love me some Nicole Kidman.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's just
fun.
Hold on. It's just the AMC trailer. Like, get that shit out of there. Put Nicole Kidman in the A-list trailer, and I'll be happy.
Get rid of that AMC trailer. You talking about that new one where they're getting in the cars, racing, and all that shit that they're doing now?
No, what's the one, Joel, that they do at our showing when a homeboy pops the popcorn, then he's breakdancing with his girl?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It starts there, then they get in the car.
You know what?
You're
right.
Shit.
You know what, Trevon? Let me apologize to you.
That's a long one.
Let me apologize to you. Let me apologize to Didge. You're right. Keep Nicole Kidman. Get rid of that stupid ass shit.
Yes.
All right, do that. Get rid of that shit. I'll do that. Does that sound fair?
I'm so over that one already.
Because it's crazy. Like, you see Dolby, you got that trailer where he do the popcorn, it's breakdancing, car. Then you got Nicole Kidman. Then after that, if it's Dolby, then you got the Dolby trailer.
Wait, how long have we had that trailer, by the way?
Nicole Kidman?
How long have we had that?
At least 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
at least 3 or 4 years.
They need to at least update it or something.
They did a little bit. They did.
Yeah. No,
slightly.
No, time out. They don't need to update it. They need to modernize it, right? Put Sydney Sweeney in there, and I'll watch that shit every time. Every time.
Please.
Put them in it. Yeah, put them in it. I don't need old ass Nicole Kidman. Move on.
Well, if y'all can have that, give me Jason Momoa there.
Trevon, I'd be fine with Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
shirt on, but I'd be fine with Jason Momoa.
I mean, he got shirt on. He can have his tight ass suit on. There we go. Let's do that.
Okay, I mean that really only stands out for you, but yeah, tighter the better, I guess. Sure, no problem. Jews, Bad Boys, Leprechaun, etc. Certified hood classics. Let them know, DJV. Let them know.
I only seen Bad Boys.
You ain't gotta apologize to me. I ain't never seen this. I keep saying, Didge, you will never experience our pain until you see the ad every single movie. And I don't understand how AJ doesn't shoot the screen. That man sees 6 movies in one day.
Hold on.
Back to back. I go crazy.
I walk off, go to the bathroom, and then I come back.
I was about to say that'd be the perfect time.
That's my break time right there.
Yeah, see? Hey, you onto something, Juwaan. Change the actor. Same scene, same lines, new actor. There you go. That's all I'm asking.
Feels good in a place like this.
That's all I'm asking. I'm more inclined to hear that from Sydney Sweeney than I am Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman says it, I get angry. Sydney says it, I'm here for it. So switch it up. Get the fuck out of here.
Hope she wearing a bulky ass.
She did an extension like she's on a fucking sports team. It's fucking re-up. I hated that so much. Would you say, Trevon? I'm sorry.
I hope she wearing a bulky ass trench coat while she's saying it. You can't see shit.
Sydney Sweeney?
That's how she said.
Right.
Oh,
I hope when Jason Momoa does it, it's a floating head. How about that? I hope it's just a floating head for Jason Momoa. How about that?
Did y'all hear about the law that's trying to be passed down?
Yeah, I was about to bring it up.
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
The movie theater law that's trying to be passed down, where the exact movie time is supposed to be displayed.
I did see that
online.
Yes.
All the theaters violate.
Again, I take offense to that. Let me tell you why I take offense to that. There's not many times where I get in my old man bag. That's one of them. If you see movies enough, you know the exact time you have to get there to make it on time for that goddamn movie. And if you don't, that's a personal.
Hold on.
No,
that is false. Hold on, Juwaan, that is false. I go to the movies a lot. There's sometimes it's like 30 minutes worth of trailers. Sometimes it's worth 15 minutes. It's always in between those times.
No. Let me tell you why, AJ, that's not true. Me and Joel went to the wrong theater that was about 25 minutes away from the correct theater. We sat in that theater and calculated the time we would have and only missed 5 minutes of that movie. Only missed about 5 minutes.
That must be a New Jersey thing because over here
it's like consistently 25 minutes.
It fluctuates. It fluctuates for me.
I'll tell you this, AJ. I'll accept maybe it's a New Jersey thing. But the fact that me and Joel did math and still made it on time lets you know how much we see movies, and we can almost calculate that shit to the exact.
It's like 25 minutes. You got trailers, and you got the fucking stupid shit in the beginning, and then what's your name first a couple minutes, and then
don't get me wrong. I always calculate the 30 minutes. That's like the perfect time. But sometimes
my problem with that old
20.
The idea of them telling people ahead, I think this is gonna make people come later, and I mean that's on y'all. But I think telling them that's a bad idea because people just don't.
Also, I hate when people come during when the movie starts.
Right, I hate that, and I feel like more of that's gonna happen if you tell them.
When I'm sitting down, I don't want to get up just so y'all can just move over.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes in. I'm like, why'd you bother coming in?
Hey, I'll just say this: I don't mind it when I'm in the poor seats, but when I'm in Dolby. All right, higher tax bracket of movie theater going. Don't have me put my leg rest down
you can lock the movie theater down.
Like
that specific.
Apparently,
theater,
according to Didge,
they do that at the Alamo.
Where?
They do?
Yeah. They won't let you into. Well, supposedly they won't let you in. I've totally walked in. The door said, "Oh, you can't enter." The movies started. I'm like, "Oh, that's too bad." Just walked in. Nobody.
I went to Atlanta and they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let. It was when Endgame came out. They're like, "No, the movie just started." I'm like, "Oh no, that's okay. I don't mind that I missed them." They're like, "Oh no, I don't give a fuck what you care about. Yeah, I'm not letting you in."
You ain't going in.
Like, oh,
that's what I
need. All right. Well, then we went and saw Deadpool 2. I was like, all right, well, shit.
Wait, you couldn't go in there?
They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me.
I love it. I love it. That's what we.
I mean, I wasn't impressed. I had already seen Endgame. It was more so for like my mom and sister and them. Yeah, no, I wasn't impressed.
I might want to fight. I might want to fight.
Oh no,
you shouldn't be late.
You let me to fucking walk right in there. Yeah, that's for sure. Be late. Yeah. No, you're not wrong, AJ. But that's why I didn't mind because we were late to the movies anyway, and we hadn't even bought a ticket. We were just late. Right?
My problem is like, hey, sometimes you can't control your circumstances and you're late. Like the time that me and Juwaan were late, or the time it's mainly because I went to the wrong theater. I get confused because there's two different theaters and they're wrong.
That was a you problem though.
I know, but I want to still be let in if I make it. You know what I mean? If I have 5 minutes, you know, that's not that serious. But if it was like a half hour, fine. I wouldn't even go myself. I wouldn't let myself in. I'm not going.
I'm just picturing Joel splitting himself in two to stop himself.
I'm not going.
Wait, Joel turning into that Flash scene where he shows up at the house to stop his fat self. You can't get in there, dog.
The only reason I went is because we couldn't find a better time, or else I wouldn't have went.
Right. Yep, and we still made it. So
good time. Yeah. I mean,
and shout out to Didge.
I don't know what the beginning of that movie looks like, but
me neither, and I never will. And I saw the movie twice. Missed the same scene twice. But shout out to Didge. She says that the law would only be in Connecticut. By the way, it was a state senator.
Senator getting mad. He probably got a theater at home.
No,
I'm moving.
Let's see. Yep. Jamie is a criminal, a villain. She's just going where she wants. Hey, man. Jamie's lived in New York too long. She has Timberland energy. Can't nothing stop Jamie no more. We got some news about the Mandalorian and Grogu. Star Sigourney Weaver says that Grogu has grown up a little bit in the new movie. Quote, I get to have scenes with a little Grogu, which is probably why I did the movie. Damn. All right. And he's a little badass too. Yeah, it's like, damn. She's like, fuck a script. I just want to work with Grogu. And he's a little badass too. Grogu has grown up a little bit and is capable of much more than maybe we think just watching the series. I don't really know how to take that line because we can only surmise what you show us. So I'm like, we only think he's capable of what you show us, and it wasn't really much. So
he already did everything.
No, I don't think he did everything.
Jedi's don't do nothing else.
He's never used a lightsaber, so I think he is capable of much more.
That was just him trying to be a dick.
Oh, got you. You see,
they don't use their potential.
Forgive me. No, they don't use them to what you want them to use them to, where they blink and someone catches on fire. That's the kind of shit you want them to
do. It seems elemental.
They take a deep breath and the body just starts to rot. It's like that's the power Trevon wants them to have. There's not really much to take from that. Does anyone get anything from that, really? There's nothing really to take from that other than...
When the movie coming out? What's the date?
Next year. Okay. Next year.
We might get a trailer Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's when we will be getting the trailer. I want to get into two very important things before, because I don't want to keep us too long before we get out of here. So I'm going to take a quick pivot because I want to go into gaming real quick. We did have the State of Play today. Yeah. Even though they owe us more than that, much more than that. But Jamie, I want to ask you this question specifically. Apparently, GTA 6 publisher Take-Two says they plan to support the Nintendo Switch 2. They added that Nintendo previously focused on younger gamers and can now support any audience. Now, as someone who plays games that people say you should not play on Switch because it, like, you know, the quality is reduced. I don't care. I don't care. I like the ability to play Red Dead Redemption on the go. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, Jamie, where should my thought process be on the processing speed of something like a GTA 6 for a Nintendo? And again, I know the Nintendo Switch 2 isn't out, but if anyone knows how well something can be supported by something, it's Jamie. So I wanted to ask the video game guru, if GTA comes out, would I be dumb to get it first on Switch 2? Or should I maybe go right for PlayStation?
Yeah, so I would say Didge would also be a good person to ask about this, maybe even better than me, probably better than me, because he's about all that tech stuff. You know, he's a real nerd. You know, I'm just a job
part-time nerd.
You know,
on GTA 6. Didge worked on GTA 6.
I mean, maybe that's what he's been telling me, but
I
think I would not be the first person to try and play GTA 6 on my Switch 2. That's all I'll say. I don't know.
Not for $70. I'll say that much.
Yeah. I would definitely go for the PlayStation 5, or even if you have like a PlayStation 5 Pro, I would go for that. Versus trying to play it on the Switch. We don't know what the Switch 2 is capable of at this point. Maybe it could run it. I don't currently think so. I don't think so. So
there's a lot of leaks with nothing confirmed.
Yeah. I think the support, as far as what Rockstar might be saying, they might port over GTA 5 if it's not already on the Switch. And probably port over like Mafia games. I don't know if Mafia Old Country would be able to run on Switch 2, but I'm sure that there are other titles that were previously on like the Xbox One gen or PS4 gen that they can now bring over to the Switch ecosystem. I don't think it's going to be anything like Mafia, Old Country, or GTA 6. At least not right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the Switch 2 would have a very, very, very hard time doing that.
Hey, Didge, I don't mind making history. If any GTA is put on, any of like the last one or the new one is put on there. Like I was one of the people that was inquiring about Hogwarts Legacy. I'm like, did it set any of y'all switches on fire? No. All right, I might try.
Well, they turned down all the. It's very much a lowered version of the one that's like on the console and the
really
PC. The quality and the character, like the detail, all that stuff has been very much lower.
You saw Mortal Kombat what looked like on the Switch.
I will neither confirm nor deny. I will not allow you to disrespect the Switch.
I feel like we might be underestimating Nintendo. I feel like they can. They see this. They see the Steam Deck. They see, they see the ROG Ally. Yeah, they're seeing all these different handhelds now. They're not the only one out here. So I feel like they know that it has to be powerful enough to keep up. It can't just be Mario and that stuff now. It has to be a little bit more.
They got Power. They got Pokemon.
I ask you.
It does Mario Rivals too, right?
No, it does not.
It doesn't?
No. I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
But I ask you,
because I'd be playing it on Switch.
I think the next one they will.
Why does it have to be like up to the standards of like a ROG Ally or a Steam Deck? Because like Mario Kart 8 is one of the best selling games like every year. And it's running on the Switch. It's 8 years old. It's an 8-year-old game. People still play it. Like they don't, at least on like, the Nintendo's platform, they don't really care about like power or anything like that.
Yeah.
Now they will complain when games start to like chug a little bit, like we've seen in the past couple of years. But even then, still bestsellers, still selling like crazy.
Because now, like, okay, so people that have the original Switch now, they'll just keep that. If you don't keep up with the times, there are a lot of people that are still emulating on these Steam Decks and ROG Allies and everything. What is the appeal? I could just do that, emulate, and use those same games. People have the ROMs all the time and have these new games, like even the newest Zelda, that stuff, they have it on their Steam Deck, their ROG Ally. If you already have that, what would make you want to get a Switch 2 just for that game where you could probably get the ROM some kind of way? Might not be the legal way, but you could probably get it and still play it probably better on those systems that you would on the Switch. So they're not the only one out here now. They're not the only handheld. That's what I'm saying. Before they were the only one. Now they're not. There's a lot more of them now.
See, I think the thing that hurts my heart the most, Trevon, is that there's just nothing forcing Sony to spin the block on a handheld. There's just nothing, also, right?
That's another thing. They got to think about that. This Microsoft and Sony could do one.
Like, well, Microsoft does one. No interest.
That would kill it.
I need Sony to spin the block on that. That PSP was ahead of its time. It just was. It really was.
PSP was great.
It doing
was even better.
Right. So for me, I'm just like, I think for the time you did it, I think, unfortunately, I think Sony looks at the PSP the way that Warner Brothers looked at Green Lantern for all these years, right? So where it's like, no, we tried it. Wasn't the best. We're good. It's like, no, don't do that. It was a different time. Try it now. Try it again.
I feel like that thing that they put out, the portal, basically extra controller. Yeah, I feel like that was a test subject. It's a test subject. I just feel like it was a test subject. Like, let's see, and it's doing well. Now they're going to put a black version out
for it, and it'll be good.
That's all they had to do was just make it to where I could play games outside of Wi-Fi, and that thing would have been a hit. I don't know why they thought, let me dip my toe in.
I think it is a hit already. It was a shock. It was shocking, but it
would be a bigger hit if it had like built-in Wi-Fi.
Would be
absolutely, absolutely.
Wait, hold on, everyone, hold on. No, Didge, you were part of that parade that was shitting on Xbox to get me out of it, to get me into PlayStation. You will not sit here and now act like anything Xbox would be good. All right, you and Joel bullied me out of Xbox into PlayStation.
I mean, to Didge's point though, He has a point. You should have.
I mean, what's the difference between an Xbox handheld and a Steam Deck?
You can play Game Pass games.
There you go.
You could do that on. I mean, you could do that on those too, though.
I don't think
those were never words that came out of your mouth. Your words specifically were "stop playing trash." Those were your words. Maybe more so Joel's words.
I believe it. Sounds like something he'd say.
Right? You were with them. You were with them, Ditch.
See, the thing that the Portal is missing in these, downloadable games, so you can play them offline. It needs to let you use Bluetooth. Apparently, it doesn't have that either.
Well, it lets you use Bluetooth on PlayStation products, but apparently not other products.
General Bluetooth, like any headphones you want.
Which the Switch just recently got, so who knows if they're going to continue to do that. So I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, they need to keep I don't deny it, dude. I mean,
whatever they added, they need to keep it going as well. That's another thing with Switch too.
I will say this:
they need to keep going with that.
See, I'm on your side, Trevon, but I'm also like, if Nintendo did all the things that you just asked for, I would be incredibly shocked because they just don't move that way. they like will sacrifice.
Because they're usually the only one out here with their shtick. They're usually the only one. Like the Wii thing, the handheld to the dock thing. That's the only one. That or not.
I feel like with Nintendo though, it's like they have this thought process of
Connect fail.
Don't if it works,
but
don't fix it. I feel like that's their motto for everything. They're still one of the most successful.
Problem with Nintendo is they work the same way that was it Rockstar or Rocksteady that does GTA? Rockstar, right?
Rockstar, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing Rockstar had. Once Rockstar saw that y'all were still giving them money for a game that came out 30 years ago, they said, I ain't about to make another one. The fuck is wrong with y'all? That's stupid. Nah, here. Online. More online shit. If
it's not broke, don't fix it.
No one else made anything like it.
That's what I'm saying. Well, no, people have tried, because remember, Saints Row exists. So people have tried. It just can't equate to GTA for some reason.
Yeah, and I think even with like the whole emulation thing, like even people that have Switches are emulating their games because like the Switch runs not optimally at some points in time. So, but they'll still like buy the Switch, buy the games, whatever, because like, it's Nintendo. It's the only place that you can get those games, at least in an illegal sense. If you are willing to go the illegal route, then I doubt you care about the Switch 2 being more powerful or not.
Well, that's how people are doing ROMs. That's what we're saying. Like that's how people do that kind of stuff.
But yeah. All right. So I want us to quickly go over. I just want to. Oh, that's what I was trying to say real quick. I don't know that display that they gave for the Switch 2. I don't know why I was thinking I'd be more blown away, but I kind of watched that whole presentation and then looked at my Switch and I went, "No, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm all right."
Yeah,
it depends on the game. It depends on the game.
Didn't.
Only way you're gonna get Juwaan is if you tell me Super Smash Bros. You do another Super Smash Bros.
The
one's gone, new one's in.
Let me see if I can
that's the only way.
That's the only way you're getting me too.
That's the only way you get me.
I think it was on Instagram. There was someone that posted about they called it Super Smash Bros. Legacy. And they're like, Sakurai might be making a new Smash Bros.
Yeah,
game.
You got me. Jamie, enough. You got me. I'm in. I'm outside. I'm outside waiting right now.
Maybe. I need official confirmation. I need a trailer.
Yeah, no, you know what it is, Jamie? It's kind of like, it was kind of like one of those presentations I was kind of just like, look, we're just like a slightly newer and better version of what you already have. But it didn't sway me enough. And like you said, the games are usually the difference maker, right?
Yeah.
Because usually the difference between each system is just cosmetics. And so obviously more than just cosmetics, but this looked like the exact same thing, just bigger, right? And I'm like, I need more than that. So like, yes, when you start talking games, then that's when you'll have me hook, line, and sinker. But if it's not Smash Bros, I think I can wait on anything else. So
I didn't buy the first Switch till Odyssey came out. So
yeah, see,
I need another something like that.
I mean, they had me with Switch when I heard about Smash Bros, but I still waited. You know, when they hooked, line, and sinkered me, Ultimate Alliance. As soon as I heard that, I said,
yeah. Oh my, that was so like. Why did they lock it to the Switch, man?
That would have been awesome to play on other systems. I give you that for sure. Maybe if
I haven't played it because of that.
Play it again. It can maybe get famous enough to get us another one.
Somebody was talking about Ultimate Alliance the other day on a podcast I listened to, and they're like, "What if instead of doing like Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, they did like a DC Ultimate Alliance instead?"
That'd be fun.
Like repackage it that way. It's like new. People haven't really tried it before.
There was something similar back in the day.
DC Online.
It's called that's the Justice League Heroes. It was called. It was it was kind of like that. Or unfortunately, it didn't really go very far, but I did like it.
I like the sign of that, or just Ultimate Alliance 4, whatever. Or I would take a remaster of 1 and 2. I would love that to be able to play on the Switch. I'd love that.
Interesting.
We're so far from that too. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I'd love a remaster.
The second one was basically a video game version of Civil War, the comic.
Exactly.
Civil War.
No, it that's what it was like verbatim. Like verbatim, that's exactly what it was. Metroid Prime 4 couldn't get me to buy a Switch. Nintendo has fully lost me, I fear. Interesting. I was never big on that. To me, anything Nintendo was Mario based for me. So that's why something like Super Smash Bros. Or a new Mario game.
Smash will get me.
It's probably what will get me more so than anything.
I'll still probably want day one is a little much, but it is definitely now something I'm more excited to get.
Yeah.
DJV, look at that. It was fun. It was fun.
The things that DJV knows and then doesn't know is always hilarious. Like he'll say some shit like that I've never heard of, and then he'll say something like, "I didn't even know Godfather was a movie," and I'm like, "What? Like, huh?"
He's just like me for real.
You should be ashamed. Ashamed, I tell you. No, it's not my kind of game. I don't have anything disrespectful to say. It's just Metroid's not my thing. It's not my thing. I'm not good at it.
I don't like first person. And Metroid Prime is first person.
Yeah.
I like side. Like I have the what's it called? Metroid.
Dread.
Dread. I have Dread.
Speaking of that, shout out to Mike because I thought it was the funniest thing with Overwatch saying, Oh, y'all like Marvel Rivals because you can see. Okay, all right, we'll spin the block, bitch. we'll spin the block and do the same thing. It's like Overwatch, you're dead. Okay.
Hey, I will say this:
I want to be Punisher now.
I appreciate them for doing that. I might try it again now.
Marvel Rivals would have to hit a lull for me to do because it's the same thing. So it would have to hit a lull.
I'm not gonna stop playing Rivals, but now I would be more intrigued to play.
Yeah, Overwatch is fun. I'm glad that it's hilarious. Like they've got to the point where I was so happy they brought back loot boxes. I'm like, this is where we are now. I'm like, I'm happy that they brought them back.
All right, before we get into the shows to wrap it up here, anything stand out to you guys for the state of play? It was the Something of Samurai game that comes out next year. Mamushu or something like that?
Onimusha?
Yes.
Oh my God, my guy, come on. Onimusha.
What do you want me to do, Joel? I'm not good at it. Okay, what do you want me to do? I almost said babushka. Okay, I don't fucking know.
Babushka.
I'm very excited for the look of that. I like those samurai games. So that's the only thing that really interests me. Anything stand out to anyone else?
Yeah, Tides of Annihilation looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
That looks cool.
Who knows when it's gonna come out, but it did look cool.
Yeah. Sorrows. I do need to play what's that game called?
Returnal?
I do need to play that because Sorrows got me very interested.
Sorrows look good.
So.
I thought Sorrows was Warhammer because he always talks about that. I was like, this is Warhammer? That's what I thought it was.
It didn't look like Warhammer.
I don't know. I just assumed because I saw him, I thought Warhammer.
I like that Trevon played it safe there. I thought it was Warhammer.
Yeah, so I might get Sorrows this weekend. I'm gonna play that.
Is it out?
No, not Sorrows. I meant Returnal. Sorry.
Oh. I was about to be like, well, damn, I missed that.
It would be cool if it was like a shadow drop.
Oh my God, 27.
They did shadow drop the Warriors game. What was the
Sauron says 2026.
Oh, Dynasty Warrior one.
Yeah. Warriors Abyss. And it's $25 apparently.
That looked pretty cool.
It's funny what Didge is saying, because the first thing I thought about when Didge said that is when they came out and said, "Hey, we're working on a new Batman game." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, we don't know when it'll come out though. I'm like, "Oh, well then don't say stuff. don't open your mouth next time."
Wonder Woman. Why are they saying, "Oh, we're doing this game"? 10 years later, we're going.
At that point, stop talking. Yeah, don't say anything. That was keep your thoughts to yourself at that point. Yeah, just keep that in house. Trevon, you were naming some games, and then we'll hit Jamie and then Joel, and then move on to the shows.
I said Lies of P Overture, I guess. The Times of
Annihilation. Is that like an expansion pack? Is that what?
Yes, DLC.
It looked cool.
DLC. You know what I mean?
Same thing. Tomato.
The Times of Annihilation, like it just said, and Sorrows. Those are the three that I took screenshots.
Hell of Us looks dope as hell too.
See, that was gonna be the game I named. Every time I've seen it, it's always very intriguing. So I'm like, you know what? I kind of think I need to play this. Like, I'm very intrigued. That one and Darwin's Paradox. I thought that one looked interesting. It kind of reminded me of Octodad mixed with like Little Nightmares, and I want to know more.
I'm still Trayvon. You know what game I'm still reeling over? That space game with what's her name? That was the black lady that was the lead of the game, where she was like pulling out like that massive sword and shit.
Intergalactic.
Yeah, I'm still that game lives rent free in my head, like a lot. Joel, is there anything from State of Play?
Obviously, same like Onimusha. Obviously, because I've been playing that series since I was a kid, and so now that it's back, and they're doing the remaster for part 2, which is fucking great. I love Onimusha 2. So yeah, I'm very excited that the series is back. I've been complaining for years that they should bring it back, and they just only focus on Resident Evil and shit. Very annoying. But I'm very happy it's back. So
says the guy that just played and beat Resident Evil. By the way,
I just got into it. I'm fucking almost 40 years old. Like imagine. So imagine.
There's a game where
you're on 3, right?
I'm on 3. Yeah, I'm on 3.
Oh, 4 is so good.
I know. I'll get to 4 next. But yeah, I just got into Resident Evil. No, the games are so much better.
No,
games because now that I've played them, like it's crazy.
Games don't have prime Mila Jokovic. So
yeah,
I don't know
for a reason.
Make him moderate.
We're gonna do another Resident Evil, so we'll look forward to seeing how that plays out.
And they're bringing it back into live action.
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know how to feel. We'll see.
Well, the guy that's doing it sounds very passionate about it and has made it clear it will not be whatever the fuck Mila Jokovic had been doing for over a decade. So it's a good start.
It's just, yeah, I guess, but like everything that I've seen Resident Evil has just been weird.
I like the show. I really did like the show. Again, it was a bit corny. But I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I thought it was the best thing Resident Evil had live action.
It definitely was, which is sad, but it definitely was.
Damn. Oh, I wasn't a new. Yeah, it is new. It's using old style. The Shinobi game.
Yeah.
I fucking love Shinobi, and it plays and looks just like the Shinobi I remember too. Mm-hmm. So it's like a modern remake of the old ones. I'm like, perfect side scroller. I love it. It's very much old school Shinobi. I love Shinobi. So that, and of course, Metal Gear Solid Delta. We have a fucking date, so I'm very happy about that.
Fine. I feel like that game should have come out so long ago.
I thought it was gonna come out last year.
I thought it was out for a while. And then they're like, no, it's not. And I'm like,
I'm so excited for that too, though, because of course, big Metal Gear Solid fan.
See, it's tough. Like, there's a lot of stuff coming out this year, and I'm like, I can't commit to it being day one because I'm like, what if Ghost of Yotei comes out like a week before?
We don't know. We still know nothing about that. I'm surprised that wasn't there.
I think there's a lot of things. Play.
What's the new was it Naughty Dog?
Intergalactic?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That looks like I want more information on that. Looks pretty good.
I'm excited for Directive 8020 with Shauna Lynch.
Yeah, I am too.
That looks crazy.
Yeah,
I will say the one thing that put me off is
gross,
it kind of reminded me a little bit too much of that Josh Duhamel game that came out like a year or two ago. It kind of felt a little bit like that. Some of those weird games start to look a little bit too similar. Maybe it's just the cinematics that look.
That's
like
what
that.
I think. It's because it is a cinematic. Well, it's like that one game.
Yeah, it's by the people that made Until Dawn.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So that's on purpose. So they got actual actors and shit.
Yeah,
I thought it was like Alien. I'm like, are they gonna do this?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was like Alien movie, Alien game.
That's what it felt like.
Trevon, check your Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you see it? Okay. Before we get out of,
Metal Gear is great, DJ. It's a great
Snake
story.
Eater is amazing.
Before we get out of video games, we did get something from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, the movie, yes. Johnny Cage.
We got our first look at Johnny Cage.
Interesting.
Sure.
Cool, I guess.
Cool. Sure.
I'm just excited for him to come back. I can't wait to see the next one.
It's always been an uphill battle for me when it came to this casting. Carl Urban is phenomenal, and there's very few things I would doubt Carl Urban on. It's just I felt like this role I could have given to like 6 other people before Carl Urban.
You don't think Carl Urban when you think Johnny Cage?
Not at all. Not at all.
I agree.
Joel, you want to know what's sad? I think The Miz before I think Carl Urban. So it's
and that's
like,
a wrestler. So imagine
The Miz's whole persona is Johnny. So it's like, for me, it was kind of just like, nah, cool. I mean, he'll act his ass off. That's not what I'm worried about. But will he be Johnny? Is my question.
I like part of Johnny's character is like the physicality and
the douche, right?
I don't know. Yeah. Like I haven't seen Carl Urban like do stuff like that, so maybe he can. I don't know.
I'd say the closest thing. No, I wouldn't say The Boys. Well, you know what? I won't take that from you. I'm sorry. I won't take that from you. The douche aspect, yes. The Boys, he nails that. Johnny is a different kind of douche. So Johnny's not an asshole. And I think there's a difference. I think what Carl Urban does in The Boys, he's just an asshole. Being a douche is different, in my opinion. I don't compare those two to be the same thing, but maybe it's semantics. But again, I don't want to harp too much on this. We got the look here, and we did get the first official logo. We still don't have a trailer, still don't have a release date. So I'm like,
we do have a date, I think.
Do we? Because the poster came out and it just says coming soon. So
I thought there was a date.
Maybe there is. I just don't know why they didn't put it on the fucking poster.
Yeah. You would imagine that would be number one priority.
I would have thought. So that's why I thought maybe it doesn't have a date. Jamie, does this excite you in October? Is that the presumed date or their actual date?
It just says release date October 25th or 24th.
Then we'll hold them to that. Okay. Jamie, does this do anything for you as far as excitement for the movie?
It does intrigue me. After watching the first movie of this franchise, I guess this most recent franchise, there wasn't a whole lot that could have brought me back to watch another movie. But when they said they were going to do Johnny Cage, I'm like, okay, well, I have to see what they do with Johnny Cage because he's a really fun character. Like I was saying earlier, like I think Carl Urban can definitely nail like the kind of douchiness that Johnny has. I just wonder, like, as far as fighting wise, how he'll hold up. Or
you know what's funny about you saying that, Jamie? Like, real quick, one thing I did not have an issue with was the fighting.
No, yeah, the fighting
didn't have the fighting. No. Did I'm referring to the actual movie poster of Mortal Kombat. It just says coming soon. It doesn't have a date. That not this one. the actual Mortal Kombat logo poster. But sorry, Jamie. What I was saying is, I didn't hate the fighting in the first one. I just thought the story wasn't strong, and I didn't like Cole. So that was my biggest issue with the first movie. I didn't really have an issue with the fighting. I think the movie started off very strong.
Mm-hmm.
It weaned, and then
that was the best part of the movie. Honestly, was the beginning.
Right, and then I thought the ending wasn't horrible. Some of the stuff in the middle I could live without. But I thought some of the fighting was good. Again, but I'm different because I loved the first Mortal Kombat. I don't allow any shit to be talked about it. Now, there was only one. I don't know what the fuck that cosplay second one shit was. But I love the first one. Super cheesy, right? Looked super wrestling, kind of fake. But I love it. So I thought this did well fighting-wise. I just couldn't get behind the story. Just didn't give a fuck.
My thing about, like I, understandably, a lot of these actors are going to have stunt doubles. But even then, it's just like, Carl Urban, not to, I guess, be offensive or anything, but he's not a young man. And I envision Johnny Cage as a young man, getting into trouble and doing stupid things. So I wonder, I feel like you have to kind of change his story a little bit to kind of fit like how Carl Urban is, just his age, I guess, for him to act a little bit more his age. I guess, I don't know. For me personally, it would just make more sense. If they don't, I feel like that makes it even more strange because, like, bro, how old are you acting like you're 20 something? Like, come on, man. So I don't know.
It goes to the charm of Johnny Cage, like it's very much who he is. He's like he won't mature, so he's kind of like, so even if he's an older character that won't, like, I still do action movies. I'm an action star with my fucking name in it. You know what I mean? Like that's not unheard of. Like them going that old, because to me it's more, my issue with Carl Urban is more the physicality of it. He's not known for his martial arts. Johnny Cage is a martial arts action star. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got an actual actor to play it, which is fine, but he's a action star, not more of an acting type of character. You know what I mean? That's what his whole thing is. He's not an actor, and that's what he doesn't like. Like, I'm pigeonholed into this, but that's what he also pushes it. Look at it. It's Uncaged Fury. Right? Starring Johnny Cage. That's his thing. Yeah.
I mean, that's why I said, all right, cool. AJ, Trevon, excited at all?
Nope.
I'm ready to see Lulu Lynn. I just want to see Lulu Lynn again. So, I'll be praying.
I'd love for the character to just mean more. I'd love it so much. It's only been what every fucking game has been about since its inception. But whatever. Just stupid old me complaining about nothing, right? All right. Let's move on. We did get new episodes of Invincible. Obviously this week's episode has not come out yet, but we did get no, that's tomorrow. Okay. But we did get new episodes of Spider-Man. There was about 3 of them that came out.
Yep.
So we'll start there. I thought this show. All right. So I wasn't here to talk about this with you guys last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I hate about this show, and I mean hate, is that it's given me a better reality of Spider-Man than the one I'm living in live action. And that I hate. It's doing all the right cool things. Now, I don't necessarily like starting off with Norman Osborn and Harry knowing who Peter is. That bothers me. But seeing as though the movies did the exact same thing, you kind of just brush it off. But I do like that this show is essentially an alternate universe of what happened to the 616's universe of Peter's life, right? Like, not Tony, Norman, right? I think that was really, and he's friends with characters that become superheroes. I think that's really cool. It kind of gives me flashbacks of Super Friends. Spider-Man and the Amazing Friends? Was that what it was? That's what I meant. Sorry. With Iceman and was it Firestar?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it kind of gives me the vibe of, but I love it. The heart of it, the writing of it, the fact that they pulled the wool over my eyes with the reveal of the football star. Yes, that I did not see coming.
Yeah, I didn't
see that coming at
all. You know, his name was Lonnie.
No,
I did. You know what's funny? I read a lot of the little bonus media that you can read, and I think it was Miles Morales. And I read about Tombstone. I'm like, oh dang, like why isn't Tombstone in this game? Like I would have loved to see him, blah blah blah. And then he's sitting in the damn show right in front of my face. And then when they finally call him Tombstone, I'm like, oh, he is Lonnie, isn't he? Oh, but that was great. That was great. I like that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that so much. So I'm loving where the show's going. I love that we got a future foundation. No, it was just the foundation, right?
What?
The suit that he just had. Was that future foundation?
It looks like the future foundation, but it's obviously not.
I love that suit. I love how this very last episode ended. What it does is it encapsulates the spirit of Spider-Man, right? Where it doesn't dull it down at all. It doesn't complicate it. It's just raw. It feels great. And look, in this Spider-Man universe, we see what Uncle Ben looks like. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? In the 616, May is just like, yeah, I don't really think about that guy. I'm young and hot, so.
Not young. She's just not.
No, she's young. No.
I mean, younger than the other Ant-Mans.
No. When you look that hot at that age, you're young. You're 100% young.
That's
you can't
fine.
Be old.
What's funny is people saying she's young, but she's not young.
No, she's young. She's young. I've seen some of my mom's old friends. They don't look like that. So that's young. My mom's friends are old. That's what old women are supposed to look like. May, that's what young women are supposed to look like. So May's young. Hi, Mom. Anyway, I love these last few episodes. I can't wait to see where we go next week. Joel, what are your thoughts on the episodes that just dropped in season so far?
I've loved it. I've loved every single part of it. It is like an amalgamation of classic Spider-Man meets movie Spider-Man. The 616 MCU Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. They take a lot of liberties it literally does take place right after or during Civil War, after Civil War, that timeline. But it takes you away from that. Like that never happened to him. Now, and like Osborn and them and a lot of the Spider-Man characters that didn't exist in the 616 universe exist now in this universe. So like characters like Doc Ock and we haven't really seen if they're the Tombstone or not, but characters like that. There's like a whole different type of high school, different high school friends, different villains. The Osborn exists. It's not like a new character completely. Like he's completely shocked and no way home. I don't know who that is. That's not the case yet because those characters exist. So it's like you said, it's like the right way. They probably that should have probably been done, but they went away from. So they went such a different direction with it that it left a lot of things out, like this. But I appreciate it. Like now you're getting it from this perspective. It is its own thing, and you've got like this episode. We got to see Daredevil. That was really cool. We got to see Iron Man.
Joel, I'm surprised you didn't talk about the thing I thought would have scratched your geek itch the most out of the Daredevil appearance. How they reframed his theme song.
Yeah.
To where you're hearing it in the background, but it's not the exact theme song. It's just
you can tell
together. Right. It's inspired by it heavily. Right, yeah. It's almost a remix of it if you
you hear it and you're like, that's definitely the Daredevil theme song. And like you said, a version of it. I love that. That was really cool. They've done all this. Like I was talking to Trevon last week, all the suits they shouted out from the comics like that. There was like a storyline where I don't remember what the storyline was, but there was like 4 different identities, and they used like 3 of the 4 last week with him trying out different suits.
So
that was pretty cool using Prodigy and Dusk and I forgot what the other one is. But it was just like, wow, I never thought I'd see those suits. Not that I ever need to see those suits, but that was a cool nod to that. Like you said, the white suit, the Osborn suit does look a lot like the Future Foundation suit. That was cool. Mm-hmm. We got like the first episode, you see like some weird monster symbiote. There's a symbiote in the first episode. Mm-hmm. Doctor Strange shows up. His whole origin is different. So Yeah, I mean, all the kids in the class, like there is no Ned and there's no MJ, but you got like characters like Nico, random as fuck. She's in it, Then you have Pearl. Pearl's a character from the comic. Lonnie's obviously Tombstone, future Tombstone. Everybody in almost everybody in the lab that he's with, like we got Amadeus Cho and the gender racially swapped lizard, future lizard, Dr. Connors. So it's like there's just a lot. And even today we got Scorpion, even though they teased it last week, and they're already teasing like Norman's eventual change to the Goblin, and like I'm like, oh, like this is.
I thought he was gonna fly in.
Yeah,
like JD said.
He brought in we saw the version of the glider, so I thought that was cool. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, so we're good. There's just a lot so far. We've seen how many episodes now?
8?
About 6. No, the first week was what? 2 or 3?
2. So it's 5.
And
right?
Oh wait, I said 6. Yeah, there was 3 this
week. 8 episodes. There's 8 episodes.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. I was about to say.
So I think this week was in 3, right?
Yeah, it was 3.
It was 3 episodes today.
Yeah, so 5.
Yeah, so far 5. Really good. So far we are in good company. The show has been great. So
8.
Okay,
it's 8. Okay. I think Jamie was just reassuring.
Yeah.
AJ. Calm down, AJ.
I believe it's yeah. All right, cool.
No. I think what I love the most about it is I passed it to you.
A lot of deep cuts too. That's the best
yes,
part.
A lot.
If you're a fan of like the MCU or just Spider-Man comics,
there's a lot of deep cuts.
A lot of deep cuts.
I think what I love about it the most is that I think it's Kevin's way of showing Sony this is what you could have had. You want to be selfish. You want to do your own little villain verse. We could have had Norman in our MCU movies. We could have had all this cool shit. Y'all don't want that. So we'll do it here. We'll do it here, and we'll show you up. That's what it feels like. I swear to God, it's what it feels like. Because because think about it. Think about all the things Kevin was forced to do with Spider-Man in the MCU that a lot of people complained was too MCU and not enough Spider-Man. This show is showing you a reality of what it could look like in the MCU if they went all Spider-Man, right? Where they weren't so focused on forcing or shoehorning Spider-Man into the MCU as more so of Spider-Man just genuinely fits in to the natural flow of the MCU already, right? Where Norman already exists, and now Norman's interacting with Ross, right? And you can hear about the Sokovia Accords and all these things. So to me, I think it's great and also very petty. Trevon, as someone that appreciates petty as much as I do you see it that way of Kevin just trying to show Sony what they could have had if they weren't so selfish some of the times? And how have you been liking the season so far?
No, I think Kevin needs to take notes on what they did on this show. Because this is miles better than the Spider-Man stuff we got. Especially, we about to.
Is it Miles Morales better or just
no? I'm just saying. I'm just miles like far ahead.
Got you.
Better than what we have in the MCU right now. I told you, I've always said I'm not looking forward to the Spider-Man that's a loner by itself, sad, down. I'm not for that. So I wasn't excited about him being without everybody at the end of that movie. So
we weren't either. It's just me and Joel kept telling you he's just gonna make new friends. Like I don't think.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward
to
starting over.
Him alone.
I'm not looking forward to.
I didn't want to separate him from the universe again, if that's what you were thinking.
I heard Trevon say, I ain't in this shit for another ride. No, I'm good.
No. Retcon that shit and act like it didn't happen. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's whatever. I'm enjoying this a lot more. I'm especially now we got a little tease of Nico, whatever she got going on with this necklace. Is protecting her or whatever. I was like, oh, she do got magic or something. I was like, cool, here we go. So I was waiting for that. I was like, I said, does she have the damn staff? Does she have anything? Like, what's going on? But at least we know she got something going on.
I will say it always.
There's 2 episodes left.
There's 2 episodes left.
Yep. 2 episodes.
Oh, so then there's only 7 episodes.
It's a 10 episode season. Today was 6, 7, and 8. Today was 6, 7, and 8.
So we saw 3 last week. You're right.
Yeah.
So this.
Yeah.
There you go. So it is 2, 3, 3, 2. I'm like, I'm not making this up.
There's 2 left.
Oh, okay. I will say
both next time. Yeah.
The thing I hate most about the whole Nico thing is I always find it so annoying when the friend finds out that their friend is a hero and they're like, I can't believe you didn't tell me. It's like, that's the first thing that comes to your mind, not the fact that I've been out here almost fucking dying every day to save this goddamn
and literally
city.
Almost this time. Literally.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, your first thought is, how come I didn't know? No, you know what? Thank you for saving the city. No. But this is a constant theme in superhero-dom. Yeah, where like the friend will come out and go, you didn't tell me. I almost died yesterday. Can you back up a little bit?
No, literally. If he never worked with Norman, he would have died.
100%. Even working with Norman almost killed him.
He would have gotten, like, even if he did work with Norman, he would have gotten to this point without it. Because this is still his friend going through all this stuff. This still would have happened. So it's just like, whew, man.
I did find it hilarious that Norman was just like, you webbed them up? Good. All right, bye. It's like, whoa, hey. Can you make sure I get home safe? God damn. Like, nah, Norman's like, I'm out. I got other shit to do. AJ, how are you liking the season so far?
I'm loving it.
I'm
loving it.
They need to bring that. They don't do that anymore.
I know. Sucks. Oh well. Yeah, I love it. I remember that there was a time where I was not excited for this show at all.
It's the animation.
Yeah.
Remember,
it was purely based on the look of it, more so than the actual story. The story right now works for me perfectly. It feels like Spider-Man comics. It feels much what Trevon said. It feels much better than the MCU. What we got in the MCU so far. I still can't get over how sucky it looks, but the story itself is something that we actually need in the movies, and hopefully we do get it within, what is it, the 4th Spider-Man movie we're getting?
Yes.
So I hope that's that. I am a little confused, not with like the story that's given to us, but how it like connects to the overall universe. Is it just separate?
I don't think it does.
Oh no, it doesn't. No, they already told us it doesn't.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah,
okay. That's why they're showing you everything's changed. Like, because remember that scene where Norman walks in? Where Peter walks in and Norman's sitting in his living room. That's the exact scene of Civil War when I was in and it's Stark.
He was never at Civil War. Remember?
So I wasn't. I'm aware of that. I'm just like, I wasn't aware that
it used to be. It was going to be like a prequel for Tom Holland's.
At first, it was going to be called Freshman Year,
and then they stopped all that.
Here's the thing. Separate. Here's the thing, guys. They're trying their hardest to show you what this world could look like, but in a different light. Because think about it. This guy that's voicing Peter sounds exactly like Tom Holland. You had Charlie Cox voicing Daredevil. Like, it's essentially connected, but in another universe. Like,
another branch timeline. Another branch timeline.
Right, exactly.
But my thing is, I thought that it was like going to be a retcon because I didn't have like no prior knowledge to how this universe itself would like fit to the MCU. So within like the first 3 or 4 episodes, I thought it was just like retconning Spider-Man's
that would be a big
mythology.
That would be massive heading into the 4th movie.
You can literally just look at this as like a branch timeline.
You're right.
That way.
Yeah, you're
from
right.
the beginning,
very easily be that.
Yes, like for example, this show shouldn't exist if we weren't in a multiversal storyline. If there was no multiverse storyline, then it's like, are you trying to retcon this?
They could reach in here for Secret Wars. Technically, they could.
If they wanted to just reach in here and get Norman Osborn, if they wanted to, good.
The part about this show that it shouldn't exist if we didn't have like the branching multiverses is where I start to get a little bit confused with us like trying to get out of the multiverse saga. Because like I like stuff like this, and I don't think it should stop just because we're not in the
I don't think it will stop. I just don't think the movies just won't be touching on it anymore.
No, Jamie. So what you would technically call this,
not
Elseworld. You should still do Elseworlds. That's what X-Men 97 was, right? It's Elseworld.
Unfortunately,
we're saying we don't need your main storyline to continue to be multiversal, because then the confusion of what AJ has will live for eternity, right? Because AJ's confusion it makes sense. Yeah. It does make sense. If you don't know anything, you come into this, kid sounds just like Tom Holland. Charlie Cox is in it, right? So you start to think, are they just retconning this shit? So I'm with AJ, but that's why we need the multiverse to hurry up, die, let's get past it, and move on. So that we can start recognizing these as being Elseworld projects only. That's it. There is no connection. It's Elseworld.
And it was originally going to connect, but now obviously they changed their mind, and that's why it is the way it is now.
Right.
I wonder why they changed their mind on,
because the freedom. Now look how much stuff they're able to do now. They're not handcuffed by the story that's already been
did that damn portal open in the first season.
So
there's so many characters they can't use.
So would the animated stuff be like, what was the one-off that we got live action?
Live action.
I can't remember the name. I gotta look it up. But there was just, I'll look it up. Y'all can keep talking. But
Jamie, your thoughts on the season so far?
I've really enjoyed this, and this is probably, I feel like it's been everything that I've been missing from Spider-Man. Now, before people start throwing the tomatoes, okay, hold on. I do like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but I personally, my favorite Spider-Man, if we're taking nostalgia out, is Andrew Garfield. Nostalgia in is Tobey Maguire, just because he's the first one.
Yeah.
But the thing that was wrong with Andrew Garfield, was that he was older, and I don't know why sometimes it's like they try to make him like, I guess an adult, but I don't know. A lot of the Spider-Man stuff I've seen, like, he's usually younger. Are these apples? That's gonna hurt even worse. But
tomatoes.
Toby and Andrew both are too old to be playing the character.
I feel like if you put Tom Holland and Andrew together, you have like the perfect Spider-Man, because Andrew had the quips. Tom Holland, he's very athletic. He definitely looks like he could be a Spider-Man dude. It's like Andrew, he was like probably a little bit older than I would have preferred, and he was a little bit too cool. I feel like Tom Holland has the right amount of nerdiness to be like, oh, I believe that, like, he's a nerd. Andrew, I'm like, I don't know. Do you really be studying?
Yeah, I feel like Tom Holland had the quips too, though. Like,
he did have the quips. Yeah,
Tom Holland is also young.
Tom Holland, I think, is
Tom Holland's the most well-rounded.
A mixture of all the good things we think Toby did, all the good things we think Andrew did.
Yeah,
Tom, I think, is all of that. So I think Tom is all of that and young. So like all the things we rip them for, he is actually young. Makes sense for him to be where he is, and his movies are just better, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not saying it as fact. In my opinion. So for me, I just think Tom is the best of all three worlds.
He's almost there for me. But going back to the show,
nostalgia's strong. I get it.
The what?
Nostalgia is a strong thing.
It is. Mm-hmm. It is. But I mean, anyway. So I think the show has done a really great job of kind of giving me everything that I want. And this is coming from somebody that's like, I haven't read like very many Spider-Man comics. So I'm not, super well versed in everything Spider-Man to know like right from wrong and all that jazz. But I really enjoyed like all the different references from what I do know from like playing the games and the Spider-Man media that I've already seen. Mm-hmm. And the world that they're building, I think, is also really cool too. Especially now that I've been like living in New York for a while. Now it really like makes a difference to me seeing like the way they've portrayed New York and like the people that live there, and even like all the craziness with the villains and how that happens now versus like how it's happened in the MCU. So yeah, I think they've done a really great job with this show. It's definitely surprised me. I was not anticipating liking it as much as I did. And I hope that, I don't know if this will get an opportunity for like a season 2 or something like that, but hopefully like the people that created the show will have another opportunity to make something in the MCU.
It's already new for 3 seasons.
I was about
3
to say,
seasons.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
Well, I was gonna say, think about it like this, Jamie. There's been 3 Tom Holland movies, right?
Yeah.
You're essentially following what those movies did, just in a different universe. So like elements are different. So you could essentially do the same kind of trajectory that Tom's movies did. You just change it. So instead of MJ and Ned, you got Nico and Harry. You know,
see, that's where I think they're
I wouldn't
steer off though.
That's
Like it
where
won't
what,
be
AJ?
exactly. I think that's where they're going to steer off of that.
Well, I mean, we'll see.
continuity.
This show literally starts where Tom's Spider-Man started.
I would say
in the
no,
same
no,
circumstances.
That's what I'm saying though. Like it starts off like the MCU Spider-Man, but throughout this series that we're getting right now, it's veering off from that time off little by little. Like all the characters that we're getting are going through different circumstances from the characters that we got from the movies, especially Peter Parker.
Yeah, no, but that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the overall arc of Spider-Man right now is Civil War. So I'm saying I think it will follow where the MCU went. Now, that does not mean Peter's specific story will follow where the 616 Peter story went. But I would not be surprised if Mysterio is in the next season. If you start getting into different things like that, I wouldn't be shocked by it, is what I'm saying. Is if the overarching MCU stories continue to follow Peter in his journey. So if it's Civil War now, we know the next thing was Thanos. That might be the overarching story that's lingering in the background while Peter's going through the adventures he's going through. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't be shocked if that's what they do. Because to me, if you don't do that, then why did you shroud this in MCU? You could have completely isolated this from anything MCU. So that's what I'm saying. It might not.
See,
that's what I'm saying.
The reason why I think they wanted to start off like close to the at least Homecoming to Civil War is to see how drastically it could change depending on the situation Peter and his friends are in. That's what I'm saying. Like depending on that situation, on this whole entire story of the MCU could change for that specific moment. That's why I think it's going like veer off drastically from what the MCU was doing. Like you're not wrong. You're not wrong that they could do it, but I just feel like they won't do it because it could get a little stale, a little bit. At least for me, it could get a little stale if they do the same formula as they did with the MCU.
For me, it won't, because Civil War is in the background. He hasn't fought with Iron Man. Like, it's not the same. It's just that's the overall storyline that's happening in the background. So I wouldn't be surprised if season 2, the events of Infinity War are in the background. It has nothing to do with Peter.
Imagine the blip happening during this.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That'd be interesting to see if Peter survives the blip. And you're not seeing Peter without a Harry. Peter
imagine
without a Nico.
He survived. He doesn't get blipped. This is another part of that.
So that's what I'm saying. I think the elements of the MCU are the background, but the forefront is different because obviously there's no.
That would change a lot of things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what would be interesting.
If they do all of that, okay.
What if? That's what this is.
I love how Jamie just stopped there. What if? Period. That's it.
I just wonder if they just did that just so they could do the Sokovia Accords, and that's the last thing they use in the MCU. I was like, look, we just got that. We're done. Now everything else is just us. Like
it would be confusing because again, it's like you didn't need to dip your toe in the MCU at all. You could have just made it your own thing. But because you did it, it seems like you're trying to show us what an alternate reality of the events of the MCU look like. So then to me, I assume the background is going to continue to progress the same way the MCU did.
But by sprinkling in the MCU timeline into this new timeline, whatever the fuck we're calling it, it also changes. It does a different story. It does a different Spider-Man story than we've ever seen. Because a lot of the Spider-Man story could look exactly the same because we're just following from the comics.
Yeah,
so this, if you add the MCU to it, at least you add a completely different element that is not there otherwise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it's not the forefront; it's the background.
Right. And like Jamie said, it just gives you a what if, right? What if Peter?
It's already it's a whole what if. It's a long what if. That's all we're watching.
Right. This is what we've been waiting for.
Goddamn, did that Doctor Strange was so comic accurate?
Oh, he was so cool.
I would kill for Benedict Cumberbatch to look more like that.
The phasing through that bus.
Yeah, exactly. All the cool shit, that I'll never get. Anyway, all right, let's end it on Invincible. We got the first 3 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's their slate? Are we getting 3 more tomorrow or just 1?
I hope not.
I don't know.
I can't keep up.
I hope so. I can't
keep up.
No, I can't keep up.
Oh no, it's one a week after that. It's 1 a week.
Oh, okay. I don't know what if did to Didge, but it really rubbed him the wrong way. Didge is taking a shot at what if 4 times today.
He saw that Howard the Duck episode and he hasn't been the same since, Juwaan.
It really changed that, man. Goodness gracious.
Ducks need love too, Didge.
I'm loving Invincible. I'm loving what they're doing with Mark. Did you guys see the comment that they said Mark in his blue suit is supposed to emulate Peter in his symbiote suit?
Oh, I
thought that was really interesting.
I mean, he does look more evil.
He does. But that's why I love the scene when he puts it on and he goes, I don't think this is me, right? Like he's like, I don't know if I like this. So it's gonna be interesting to see his symbiote Peter arc this season. That's all I had to say. I just want to add one thing as I pass it to you, Joel. Joel, did you know who voices Oliver?
What do you mean, Oliver? The kid?
Yeah, the kid. Do you know who voices him? I was shocked when I found out.
Who?
The kid from the Netflix series about the Deer Boy.
Oh, is that him?
The Deer Boy, yeah. Because once I found out it was him, I hear it. Like now I hear it.
Man, I'm glad he found another job.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But how are you liking Invincible so far, Joel?
I really like it. It continues to be very well done. The storyline is within reason because obviously it's adapting a longer story, so they have to shorten a lot of things. But I've liked. They're even showing me stuff I've forgotten, like, which is nice. It's been a long time since I read a lot of that. So it's like it's nice. It's refreshing to see it differently after knowing. I more or less where it's going. Like I can pretty much tell you what's going to happen, but I like seeing it from this perspective where it's like it's been so long. I was like I'm kind of I'm on the ride with you, so I'm like, all right, I know, but they may have twisted it, they may have changed something. Like they did things last season that definitely didn't happen in the comic books, but I appreciate it because they adapted it and it worked a little better or didn't. Like I already know what's going to happen with this kid and not going to happen with this kid, and I look forward to seeing how they adapt it and what's going to happen with dad and stuff like that. Like we'll get it. I mean, you'll see as it goes forward, but it's I love seeing the adaptation. So far, it's been a really good adaptation, in my opinion. So
yeah, I think what I love about it so much is that it never feels stale.
Yeah,
like it just constantly is refreshing.
And they introduce a lot of new characters. That's people I've forgotten even existed, and they obviously have to stay away from certain characters that they do and they use in the comic books. Like you'll get cameos sometimes from like other Image comics, like Savage Dragon shows up a couple times, especially during funerals for some reason. But he pops up once in a while. There was a couple other comic books that were not very popular, but they show up here and there, because it's kind of a loosely connected universe. It's their version of that, so we don't get a lot of that because obviously it's a separate world in this. But I thought that a lot of the characters they use are from their comics, so cool, works out. I like it.
Yep. Jamie, how have you been liking it so far?
It's been good. I'm glad that it's back. Man, freaking Oliver, man. What a little jerk. What a little jerk.
My hero.
I was gonna say that's Trevon's son. You go watch what you say. Trevon, love that boy.
It's crazy because like he's legit like could be evil. Because he knows what he's doing is bad. And then when he talks to his mom and Mark afterwards, he's like, oh, I didn't know. I was manipulative. Just doing stuff. I was like, oh, he's bad.
You could see he's been manipulative the whole time. Like when he got Mike, was like, oh, you can teach me like as soon as I get my powers, right? He lied. He was like, oh, I have them now. So you promised. Can't take it back. So he keeps doing that. He's done that to, the mom and Mark a lot. So he's very manipulative.
See, what got me was like one of the last conversations he had with Mark that I can remember at least. He was like, Mark was telling him like, hey, like we don't kill and stuff. Well, it's bad. Like you don't want to be like dad. And he was like, what's wrong with being like dad? And Mark just in there like, oh no. He's like, oh no. So it'll be interesting because I feel like Omni-Man is going to come back at some point. So then it's like, will it be Omni-Man and Mark versus Oliver? I feel like they could easily take him. But at the same time, what if he's got some kind of X factor because he's, part whatever that alien race was? I don't know.
You're thinking too small.
I will always remind you of this, Jamie. Omni-Man has changed. He now is living for something. Right?
That's why I'm like he'd be on Mark's side.
No, I agree, but that's what makes Oliver more dangerous. Oliver has already told you he does not give a fuck about Earth or the people on it. So if he gets strong enough, it's going to be a long day for Omni-Man and Mark because Oliver won't hold back. They will. That's the difference. That's why I think Omni-Man was so much better suited to be the true villain for Mark in season 1 is that Omni-Man got to a point where he's just like, you know what? I don't really care about Earth. And you see how he just let loose. Yeah. I think Oliver is cut from the same branch. So it's going to be interesting to see if Mark has another level to go because I know Oliver will. I
think he kind of does. Like with what you were saying about like this is Mark's symbiote suit. So I feel like that just entails like some kind of dark path that Mark will have to travel. Now, whether that leads him to like greater power or if it just means he has to change in terms of morals, I don't know yet. But this has been a really interesting start to the season. As Emily brought me back in because there's just so many good shows that are going on right now. Or I was like adding Invincible to the slate. I was like, oh man, like what if I just like, chill for a bit on Invincible and I'll come back in a couple weeks and binge it or something. But then I watched the 3 episodes like, nah, I got to be here for like week.
And I was about to say, I'll tell you this, you do that, you'll blink Daredevil's now here. Now you're doing Daredevil and Invincible catch up. So it'll hit fast. It'll definitely hit fast. Trevon, you want to tell us about your parenting of Oliver?
I think he's doing a great job. I think he's right. I think he's correct. Kill the villains. You got to worry about him coming back again. Yep. I've said that for years. Mm-hmm. It's on record.
Yeah. Don't run for president, by the way.
He will be a problem.
Or maybe he'd be a great candidate.
I will actually get shit done. Anyway,
I'll play that clip every day.
I'll be his anthem.
I don't know. I know. I mean, I know it's bad that he's doing all the stuff he's doing. Mark is slowly losing his temper too. So it's gonna be curious to see how this goes. Cecil, I still think that was a bullshit move. That was messed up. But I do understand why he did it, but it's still fucked up. Like while he was knocked out, you put a damn bomb in his head. That's crazy. Come on now.
You know what I thought was the most devious moment of that episode, Trevon, is right after Mark defeated all those bots and then told Cecil it's over. He just goes, he goes to the robot boy. It just goes, "Hey, let's fucking shit out my head." The robot boy's like, okay. It's like, yeah, come on, let's go. It's like, damn, Mark, all right, ease.
Yeah,
man.
He didn't ask nicely at all.
He didn't at all.
He's like,
you
didn't do
bring
it.
your ass. Yeah, bring your ass. It's like, damn.
He basically said, if you don't do it, you saw I just did them robots. Don't play with me.
Right. Come on. Or more importantly, you remember why you're here. My dad murdered the last team. So I can kill you too. So Come on.
If he was smart, maybe he didn't take the bomb out.
Or maybe he's the one who put it in there.
Yeah, I actually don't think he
they
took it out.
They could have killed him.
I actually don't think he took it out. Mark
maybe
wouldn't know.
Didn't. Yeah, he wouldn't know.
No, he wouldn't.
He just knows it's not fucking with him right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So.
Yeah, but as soon as he knows exactly who to go to.
Sure does.
Be like, hey, what the heck? Does. I thought you took this crap out.
Oh, 100%. Robot's head will be off his shoulders. That is for sure. Nah, fuck Robot. Do as you're told and get this damn thing up. But that's pretty much what he told him. He said, you don't have rights. It's Mark's world. That is crazy though. Think about that. You got to work with the guy who murdered the team you're replacing, whose dad murdered the team you're replacing. I couldn't go to work every day. I couldn't. I'd be afraid I say the wrong thing, spill coffee on Mark. He murders everybody. I don't know if I could do it. I couldn't. I'm too scared. Sorry. Also, God bless Rex Sploder. That man must be a cat. The amount of lives that motherfucker has is just unfucking believable.
Yeah. And then
I've only seen people beat up like that in UFC. Like that's the only time I've seen people beat that bad.
Lady that splits, she's back now.
Duplicate?
I kind of figured, Duplicate. I kind of figured she wasn't dead. I'm like, there's no way you don't have a backup. There's no way.
This is why God wouldn't give me powers. I'd forget to give it back up and actually
now
die.
Juwaan.
I'd be in heaven like,
and back up over there, riding immortal.
Trevon. I don't like that was in my ear.
What?
I don't like that.
That's what she was doing.
I mean,
I'm sure there was more to it, but all right, we'll give that to you. AJ, how you been liking Invincible this season?
I've been watching. I'm waiting to binge it.
And you just sat through us spoiling everything for.
I don't mind it. I've already been spoiled on the first 3 episodes, so it's okay.
Oh my god! All right. Well, look, I'm happy for Mark. I would like for them to tell us, even if it's just superhero mumbo jumbo, how the fuck his mom got her arm back together. I'd really like to know that. That's the first thing I thought when
I'm glad they did that in the recap because I forgot that her arm was messed up in the first place. And now I'm like, how did they fix that?
You saw what happened to Cecil and look at him now.
I did, but I'd like for them to tell me that she's
that
part
tells
robot
me they can
now.
fix anything now.
That's what I want to know. I want to know that his mom's part robot.
Artificial skin.
Yeah, I just want to know it. That's it. Anybody
they told us.
I know somebody said
not
Eve
that that's
earlier.
what she got.
I want Eve to crash out on her dad because he's an asshole.
She might. Juwaan would forget which one.
Like he don't gotta die, but he gotta know that he's an asshole.
No, he should have been dead.
She don't, but I don't want her to kill him. That's traumatic. That's traumatic.
Okay, so Trevon is not in the writer's room. We are thankful for that. It'd be very short season.
I get tired of him talking to her like that.
I mean,
and then the mom be letting it happen. I'm like, what are you? Why?
I don't know why she moved back in there. Girl, make a house. Go live in it.
She tried that.
I don't know if you want her to be making a house.
Well, look, I don't know. Figure out something because that's what.
Bruh, what do you think her glorified treehouse was? That's what she said
go
to Mark.
Stay with the team. Where the fuck they calling themselves now? Shit. Go stay there.
Yeah, she does have options. She didn't have to go back home, but no. She wants a regular life.
Wants to make it
That's
work.
like going back in there with your homophobic parents. Fuck that. No.
She do need to put the fear of God into him. What is wrong with y'all, dog? What's wrong with y'all? What is happening here?
You see how disrespectful she came to them and was like, "Hey, like, I know that y'all don't like me having powers, but it's just a part of me. It's not like I chose this, so I will not use my powers in the house. I just need you to respect me as a person." And the dad was like, I would have
added, if you don't, y'all won't have a house. That's what I would do.
Y'all are diabolical.
I could snap my fingers. This house would be gone. What you gonna live in now? That's what I would have did. That's what I would have said. I wouldn't actually do it, but I would have said it.
Yeah, what scares me is I think you would do. That's what scares me.
If he said one slick more thing after that, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, see.
Fly my ass out of there. Bye. Figure it out.
There we go. Wait, Ditch, come on, man. I ain't say he got to be hurt or anything. He just need to know who he's dealing with.
He did.
Yeah, he needs to show respect.
You know what? I'm sorry, Trevon. I apologize. I always said you shouldn't have powers. You shouldn't be alone there. Put Jamie and Ditch next to you.
Well, now why I gotta be in there?
Y'all can't.
I said the same thing. I said he ain't gotta be hurt. He just gotta know to show respect.
It's not just y'all three. Throw AJ in there too.
I ain't even say nothing.
I don't trust your silence.
See, he's being a tyrant trying to hoard all the powers. We should keep him from.
I don't even know what's going on
first
right
of all,
now.
Hold on, Jamie. I just told you if I had power, it would get me killed. So I don't want power. I would stay far away from that. We need Cecil to whatever tech they put in. Oh yes, put the little devices in Trevon and Digits.
The problem is, if I was in this situation, Cecil would have to absolutely do nothing else. He would have been dead the first time in that white room.
Joel, what have we created, man?
Right on that ground.
What have we created? This chaos is ensued.
Honestly, Cecil's very lucky.
He is, because
I will take the world out with. I will take the world out with.
I'm not included in that, right, Didge?
Do me a favor, please. Don't none of y'all run for any kind of position.
This is the kind of people they want, though. This is the kind of people they want.
Because I will make sure I dub Trevon's clip and play it right.
Oh my God, he's so funny. Vote for him.
Will respect my power.
Listen, if they vote for Harambe, they'll vote for anybody.
Time out, Trevon. We can't even let you watch no goddamn Spider-Man no more. So now you think with great power comes great respect? Is that what you think?
What you mean about Spider-Man? What you mean?
That's what Norman told Peter. With great power comes great respect. He ain't even say
that is correct.
He ain't even say responsibility. He said power.
He sure did.
He said respect. I'm like, dog, that's not the words.
Yes, it is.
It's responsibility. You said the wrong R word. Anyway.
They don't respect me, so they don't get responsibility.
Jesus Christmas. Trevon really just said, with great power comes with great respect. Yeah, it's abysmal. And you know what? Honestly, I blame AJ and his silence. I think it's just as disastrous as what they're saying. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Jamie, I want to take you out of it because you're such a nice person, but I feel like if we gave you power, you might Thanos us. I don't know.
I mean...
Oh, that's not a good way to start. Anyway, guys, most of us will be I know me, Joel, and Trevon will be seeing Captain America tomorrow.
Oh.
We will be seeing that tomorrow, so we will definitely have a review for you guys.
I'm day one guy.
Y'all already think I got my favorite right now. Wait till Franklin Richards here. I'm gonna be real hype. Let's go.
I don't think you'll get the Franklin Richards you want. I don't even think you'll get the Sentry you want. I think you should definitely tame your expectations. I want you to know, we haven't even seen Vision at full power. The height of Vision was killing Ultron, and then that was it. So, I don't really know how much you're going to get.
Have I ever said Vision was my favorite?
No. I'm just saying, if Vision can't be OP, I don't really think you're going to get much more OP characters.
We'll see. I don't know. We had Wanda disintegrating people and stuff. We'll see.
We did. All right, well, we'll see how Sentry's defeated, because it might be kind of like Ant-Man versus Kang. So, anyway, I want to thank Jamie for joining us. Thank you both. I want to thank Trevon and Joel for holding it down. I've been gone the last couple of weeks. Wanda only controlled the city. We ain't even get full power of her yet. Okay, don't put thoughts in Trevon's head. All right, no more Wanda.
No more mutants.
Yeah, no more Wanda. That's
There's what mutants to have no more mutants.
Well, that's what Trevon's trying to prevent. He's preventing the inception of mutants. Gone, done. Technically, that's a lie. We do have a mutant. We got, for now. It's Marvel. So no more. That's what Trevon's saying. Let that be done. No more. She's it.
He's going to be there. He calls Captain Marvel mutant. He would get rid of her, too.
Yeah. Are you okay with that, Trevon?
Y'all already want to get rid of Rogue anyway.
Stop saying y'all. You kept saying the Rogue thing. We never said that. You said
y'all
that.
Know, that's what y'all want to happen to her.
I don't.
Y'all didn't go with me when I said let her grab to that girl from Secret Invasion.
No, I don't agree with that either.
Why not?
Because it's stupid.
No, it's not. She got to grab to somebody to get flight.
Hold on. Before we go, can I just say this? One day Trevon said to me and Joel, I looked up how Rogue got her powers. That's fucked up. That better not happen to Captain Marvel. Me and Joel said, yeah, I don't think it has to. And then from there on, Trevon has warped that conversation to me and Joel wanting Rogue to take Captain Marvel's powers. The man had a one-sided conversation with himself, came out and said, y'all are against my girl. We didn't even say nothing.
I feel like we'd have been in group chats where people.
I don't think she needs to go on the
that's
cover.
What's going to happen.
I think it's ridiculous.
But I don't. To me, it's like it's a waste. I think it's a waste of Captain Marvel if you do that. You haven't given me enough of her to tell me that in a couple of years, Rogue is going to take her power. That don't make no sense. Yeah. You don't have to do that.
She only takes some of it, and it's just she keeps it. That's all. Yeah. Luckily, yeah.
Again, Trevon.
She doesn't go binary and shit.
Relax, relax. Okay, your girl is safe. All right.
No, she's not.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for tuning into another episode of. I don't even know what I'm saying. He's stressing me. Good night, everyone. We appreciate you, and until next week, peace.
Bye.